I need that sports encyclopedia. Where you at, Steve Kim? Got Trent in the cut.
Coach,
yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. How did you
are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. Use not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I flow. Big Komodo, how it's talking.
Got to get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves.
That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so past it don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing. We switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight, and I said that guy should be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gap. Smitty and Jason Brown.
Coach JP show.
What up, what up, what up? We are in the building. It is Talk That Talk Tuesday. So talk, I will talk back. Loaded lineup today. NFL legend, Hall of Famer, Brian Urlacher joins the show. We'll talk all things Caleb Williams, all things Chicago Bears. You won't want to miss his take on Caleb Williams. I promise you it'll be different than what you are expecting. Plus, Steve Kim joins us to talk all things boxing. We'll dive into that. Bud Crawford's fight past weekend, the 7.5-hour Saudi-backed event. We're going to dive into that as well. Don't miss it. We got a loaded lineup. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member. It is Talk That Talk Tuesday. Talk, and I will talk back here on the realest show on Planet ERF. Make sure you head on over to winnable.com/slappicks and get Smitty and I's slap picks for the football season. We will have all kind of legends, plus Brian Urlacher himself, Eric Weddle, Trent Richardson, you name it, we got it on the realest show on Planet ERF, winnable.com/slappicks. Join the First Down package today. Plus, download the Discord app and get Slap Nation Discord as we are going to launch. I keep saying it, but we're doing it this week. A fantasy draft, fantasy league for the NFL season. I think we'll have a 20-teamer, so you guys can join. We'll launch that later on, hopefully today. We're going to dive into that as well, so don't miss it. Stay tuned. But let's get right into it. The Kansas City Chiefs signed Harrison Butker to a contract extension that makes him the NFL's highest-paid kicker. Sources told Adam Schefter from ESPN the extension is worth 4 years, $25.6 million, which is $17.75 million guaranteed. The sources said at $6.4 million per year, Butker will make more than the previous highest-paid kickers, including Justin Tucker, which is the legendary Baltimore Ravens kicker, and Philadelphia Eagles Jake Elliott, who both averaged $6 million per season on their contracts. This deal ties Butker to the Chiefs through 2028 season. He was scheduled to make $3.945 million in the final season of a 5-year deal that he signed back in 2019. Butker, who represented and negotiated the deal himself, confirmed it on his Twitter, whatever you want to call it, post that he was finalizing the 4-year deal. He said, quote, "There's no place I'd rather be than with the Chiefs. Excited to finalize a 4-year extension." He wrote, quote, "to the heights," end quote. Butker career field goal percentage is 89.1%, which is second all-time behind Tucker at 90.2%. So he's right there knocking on heaven's door. Butker has a long list of clutch postseason field goals for the Chiefs. Most recently, he made a 29-yarder with 3 seconds left in a Super Bowl that put them into overtime, and the Chiefs went on to beat the 49ers. He also kicked a 27-yard field goal with 8 seconds left to lift the Chiefs over the Eagles in a Super Bowl prior to that. and a 45-yarder with 3 seconds left 2 weeks earlier to give the Chiefs a win over the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. So pretty much he's 33 of 35 on field goals, which is 94.3% in clutch time. He's 6 for 6 from 50 yards and beyond. I would say he's probably pretty clutch. And guess what? He does all this, and Trey Wingo comes out and has to negate the fact that the Chiefs signed him. The Harrison Butker extension, making him the highest paid kicker, underscores and the inherent truth of the NFL. The better you are at the job, the more a team is willing to put up with, pure and simple. I said, but you defend Brittany Griner in Russia in the worst trade since Marshall Faulk left Smitty's Colts to the Rams for a 5th-round pick. Holy shit. Some of you media heads are dumb, woke, and feminine. Yes, that's what I said. It is what it is. At the end of the day, they rather focus on that. But guess what? I ain't heard Trey Wingo come out and say, damn, NFL, why y'all re-sign Tyreek Hill? Trey Wingo, where you at, homie? I ain't seen you talk about fucking Tyreek Hill, who's hit 17 broads and fucking got 11 kids in a year. I ain't seen you talk about the NFL hooking that deal up. This shit is crazy. Motherfuckers are so fucking pussified, man. It blows my fucking mind. I can't believe that this sorry motherfucker, we wonder why he's not anywhere and doing anything. Trey Wingo, shout out to you for being a bitch. This is the Real Coach JB, and I said it here first. I'm taking Smitty's shit. Bears Hall of Fame linebacker Brian Urlacher joins the show at about 8 a.m. Pacific. Daniel Jones seen getting into a fight with Lions players in a joint scrimmage in training camp. Flag football is officially here. It's a sport in the Olympics. Gay sport. And then Jalen Hurts is lighting the LA Coliseum for the 2028 Olympics. Jim Harbaugh responds to notice of allegations against his former assistant and current Michigan head football coach, Coach Moore. Trent Brown says he doubts he'll play in the preseason, says the preseason doesn't matter. And Deion Sanders tells his team in practice not to touch Shador Sanders or Travis Hunter. Interesting. Cam Ward named ACC Preseason Player of the Year. But before we begin, my co-host, Naptown legend and Far East Sider, 317, LeBron Hairline Have It, Lamar Jackson Love It, AR5 Defend, Caitlin Clark Dobson, welcome them in.
What's wrong? Is it too bright?
Blurry as hell.
No, it ain't blur. Oh, damn. My bars. They're doing that thing on the top left corner. It's been clear the whole time. Susan bring me in a little bit ball. Can you hear me good though? Can you hear me good though?
Yeah,
Can you hear me good though?
I hear you.
It's crazy because your stuff all delayed. My camera messed up.
Yeah, what's happening, man? What's happening, Bailey?
Here we go. Am I clear now? I should be good now. No,
Give me that. Give me the black people shit theme.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not as good as normal, but
yeah, the bar keep barring. I got my Ethernet cord plugged in. StreamYard is something else. It's like some days like we get no issues, and then some days it does stuff like this. But we still here. We live. What's going on? John Jackson, Josh Faley. We got Sugar on the Rim. Please pause. D Jones and Hector. What's going on, y'all? If you're not green, I don't see you.
You know what's crazy? There's one cat that comes in every day. All he talks about is our mics, how they sound.
I love it. He's probably a sound engineer.
That's all this motherfucker talks.
That's all he cares about.
He don't talk about shit else on the show. Like all he talks about is that my mic is shitty, yours is loud, mine's too low. Then I seen him yesterday. He talking about Shaun's mic. That motherfucker, all he talks about is the guest mics and the mics. That's all he do.
That's hilarious.
Like that's all this motherfucker wake up to do at 6 a.m. is talk about our mics.
Everybody got their own little thing, you know. They own little.
Hey, that is dedication, Smitty. Clap it up. That is dedication. This motherfucker, that's what he do. He is a sound engineer. He's on the 1s and 2s. He's on the board behind us. He handles all our shit. Really, he doesn't, but he does. So,
who's our weatherman again? I forgot his name. I'm having a brain fart.
Joe Accord.
Joe Accord. Shout out to Joe Accord. I actually went and saw that Twister movie yesterday. It was decent. It was all right. It was an interesting perspective to see how people like really be chasing down these tornadoes and like.
What Twister movie?
It's a movie called Twister. Like it's literally it's out right now. It's pretty good.
What do you mean it's out right now?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's like a remake of the. I know this is an original Twister, but this one is a different one.
They redid Twister,
and I don't know if they did it in their own way. I don't think they're following the exact like script as the original. But they did like a remake of it, and they're following chasing the tornadoes down and things like that. I thought it was decent. It was a decent movie. It's just funny the whole time thinking like, damn, this is white people shit to a fucking T. Like. To the highest level.
Shout out to Ugly Folks 618 in here. My main man. It's St. Louis finest.
St. Louis. We got St. Louis in the building.
Oh yeah, one of my former players. I used to call him Ugly.
What's good, Ugly?
One of my favorite players. Yeah.
What you know about them red hot riblets? Yeah, St. Louis. You know what I'm talking about.
We don't know about that.
You know what I'm talking about. If you from St. Louis, for real, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, he from there.
You know what I'm talking about then. Watch. You see the comments.
Yeah.
Why you got on blue, homie?
Super ugly. Oh, it's my Trump shirt.
Why you got the blue one on, homie? Like that ain't really.
I got every color. Well, because that's what America is. I got red, white, and blue.
Why aren't you wearing the red one? You see what I got on?
Hey, look. He said he just had them.
I know he did. Yeah. Now what? I know what I'm talking about. I'm Will.
You got red on. I got blue on. The white, and I'm white.
Yeah, I hear you.
So look, red, white, and blue.
I'm just saying the neighborhood that you grew up in, that you claim you're from.
Yeah, but I can wear anything because I'm like that's why I'm an OG like that.
Okay, all right. I didn't know you paid like the OGs who I spoke with. They said they didn't really know you, so I didn't know you paid your dues like that. But that's cool.
There's not one cat that don't really know me.
I know. I'm cool with all the real OG, like real cats out here for real. Shout out to my big homie, Rockhead Johnson. That's my big homie for real. Like,
that's why you have to call me to get out in and out of places.
We'll call Rock right now and get things done immediately. That's the homie. Like, that's really, you know what I mean?
That's why you have to call me to get out of watch one day. But anyway, let's move on amicably. Shout out to everybody in the chat so far.
Amicably.
It is Talk That Talk Tuesday. Talk, and I will talk back.
My stomach hurt a little bit.
We got a lot to discuss, Smitty. I don't know if you're ready for it, but let's get into the quote of the day brought to you by betonline.ag.
What up, man? The real Coach AB here for the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. We got a proud new sponsor, of course, for the second part of the year, and that's BetOnline. Continue to be your number one source for all basketball wagering needs, including pro and college hoops throughout the year. March Madness is here. Join us every Monday and Friday with Jeff Nadu as we will pick them and up-to-minute odds, stats, and trends. You can follow your favorite team's path to the playoffs with in-game live betting, contests, and all the best player props. Experience the world's best wagering platform anytime from your desktop to your mobile device. Head on over to BetOnline today. Become part of the team and remember to use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for 50% off plus welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online where the game starts. Peace.
Somebody told me to stop with that cringy ass laugh.
I thought it was fake. I thought that was fake. I thought you were being fake right now.
I'm going to do that every 35 minutes during today's show because of that one comment. That's how petty I am today. Every 35 minutes, remind me, JB. If I forget, remind me to do my laugh.
I thought it was fake. When I popped you in right now, or when we popped in the show right now, I thought it was, you just started talking about something. And I thought it gave me like deja vu or whatever. Yeah, I don't even know where that came from, but
anyway, quote of the day is what I came here for. The only reason why I joined this show is for quote of the days. It gets my day started on the right foot, on the right path.
Brought to you by
5 Hour Energy. Take your drink right now, and you're going to have energy for 5 or more hours. We're telling you the best energy drink in the fucking world. You can get the purple one, the red one, the blue one, the black one, or the white one, man. Drink that one time and start your day, and your day is good to go. Shout out to 5 Hour Energy for being our biggest brand sponsor from here on out. Thank you.
what color? Give me the colors. What actually is the flavor, though? We can see black people shit. They always have it purple, red, blue. What's the flavor, though? We know what this one is.
Purple.
What's that color? What's that flavor?
I mean, I guess great, but like we don't really say that. Like all we say is purple, red, blue. That's what we say. Like I don't.
BPS, purple.
That's real.
What is it? Like great. That's BPS too.
I guess grape or blueberry or something.
I mean, either way, it's blueberry's blue. I don't know if you know.
Purple drink.
Quote of the day. Fake people are like clouds. When they disappear, it's a beautiful day. I need some new.
That's one of them.
I need some new fake people because they starting to hover.
Yep.
Fake people are like clouds, Smitty. When they disappear, it's a beautiful day.
That's top 12 right there. That's top 12. I like that
one.
Top
give me the other 11. Give me 11 of them real quick. Because I know you remember all of them. So as I say, go. Boom, go.
I will, but I don't want to ready to get the rundown together. I don't want to waste time. I'll do it later on.
Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over to Prize Picks. Use the promo code Coach JB. You will never understand until it happens to you.
Come on now. Everything in life is about perspective. A lot of times you'll sit on the outside, you'll judge, you'll point the finger at JB, you'll point the finger at Big Smitty and say, why they do that? Why they say that? You don't understand unless you walk my path and wear my shoes. The way I think is because of the things I've been through. The way JB thinks because of what he's been through. You will never understand until it happens to you. That's powerful, that's real, and that's contrary to belief. Brought to you by 5 Hour Energy.
Hey, Malik, ugly boy, ugly, super ugly. Malik Collins in the house. Tell him shout out. Malik, give us one story right now about Coach JB. One story, go. Malik was one of my favorites. Malik got one of the better touchdowns in Independence history. He was the season before Netflix because he was on my rebuild season as a freshman, and then he was on Netflix show too when we won it all.
What do you play?
Receiver.
I would have destroyed him on a bubble screen.
You would have
destroyed ugly folks on a bubble screen. I would have retraced the steps and
you wouldn't even been out there.
Destroyed them. Shout out to ugly folks though.
Look at this Scottie Pippen take.
If JB is so close with Pat Perez, why doesn't Pat just give him enough money to retire? Because he's a grown-ass man. What type of question is that, bro? He's a grown-ass man.
It's not. We're not going to entertain this idiot. But what the cold part is, like, he's saying it like I don't know, like I'm lying or something, like I'm faking. That's like.
Hey, JB, you my good friend, bro. Here's $10 million. Don't pay back.
Here's 20 mil, JB. Live your life. 20 mil.
No strings attached. You're good to go.
I'm like,
hey, JB,
don't worry about my 2 kids and family and life. Don't worry about my shit. Take care of your shit, homie.
JB, Buddy could at least say like invest or something. Like he didn't. He said just give you money to retire. Like fuck it, just here. Like.
Damn, that's a hell of a. I guess everybody is your boys do that to you. I guess
you got friends like that, Scottie Pippen. Shout out to you, Scotty.
Did Jordan do that when he was fucking your daughter? Or is it his wife, Smitty? My bad. Did Jordan do that when he was fucking your wife, homie?
Jordan's son.
Yeah, whatever. Jordan, last name Jordan. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, speaking of Jordan, are we going to this event on the 16th or not, bro?
Speaking of Jordan, Pat Perez, Jordan golfer, first Jordan golfer.
Right.
He signed a 2-year deal with Jordan the other day. By the way, we were at the house.
Hey, Pat, can you please send me? I don't ask for much because that's not the type of guy.
He don't have it.
But Pat, I know you got a size 13 and a half somewhere in your phone in the house.
He don't have it.
Can you send me a pair of 13? That's all I asked for, Pat. Is one.
He don't have it.
13 and a half shoes. I'm not talking to you, JB. I'm talking to Pat.
My homeboy just hit me about he wanted some Eagles colors ones because he's Pat's size, and I couldn't find any that look. I did look for him though because he's one of my day one. My homeboy Dave that cut my hair on Netflix, but they didn't have no Eagles type of shit.
So fuck me though. Okay.
Well, he don't have your size, so I don't even want to waste time. He only has his size, like 5 million of his size.
He's Pat Perez. He's one of the all-time golfers.
Yeah,
if he wanted to get a size 14
shit.
shoe, I guarantee he could. Stop telling me that.
Yeah, but you don't wear 14, so
I do. Grown ass, yeah. You know what they say about big feet too, JB.
Yeah, it means that
what they say?
Hard head.
What they say?
How are you 5'9" with a 14?
I was supposed to be a little taller. I think I studied my growth. I started lifting weights a little too early. But I'm 6 foot though. I'm 6 foot. Right now I'm 255. I lost a ton of weight. 6 foot, 255, lean, strong, skin is beautiful. I'm gonna get my haircut either today or tomorrow morning. I look good as fuck, man. 30 years old, overall healthy. My blood pressure has went down from this eating better. Shout out to me. Took my pressure yesterday. It was 128/74, which is damn near perfect. We just doing good, man. Max has said, JB, put in a good word for me to win the giveaway for the Dallas Championship event. I entered a few times. I'm going to be there regardless at the Maridoe Golf Club. All right, Max. Hey, we're going to make sure we look out for you, man.
How are you? What are you going to do? Are you going to hit Pat up and ask him about?
Yeah, that's my guy. I was just on FaceTime with Pat, 2 days ago? He was joking about, he told me, and I quote, I need to get away from your ass. That's what Pat told me. He said, you need to get away from this motherfucker. This is like, find different
you were on FaceTime, actually. I thought you were bullshit, but I actually did call you on FaceTime.
Okay, and Pat looked, he said, was good, Big Smitty.
Legends.
You look good, my guy. Hey, man, listen, you got
to talk to some legends, by the way.
That's what I do. I mean, listen, I've done that before. Listen, I've interviewed Joe Montana. I've interviewed Joe Montana, Lil Wayne.
How do you do the legends? How do you do the legends when I called you on FaceTime with the legends with me? That's
a one-time. JB, you do know that I was somebody before you, JB, right? It's the reason why you reached out to me to come on your show. I wasn't just some slap dick walking around with my hands in my pants, walking around, woe was me. I wasn't some 12-follower guy. It's the reason why you like, you know what? This motherfucker got promise because I shown you that because of my work.
DI, duh. We know why. DI. DI.
I ain't the only person that you could have hit up. You could have brought on your best friend. Could have still been on the show.
I mean,
you saw other shit in me. I'm different, JB, and that's okay.
It's still been DEI. You were just different DEI because you were like, I knew you a couple of people and shit, so it'd have been like a different. People wouldn't have known. People didn't think I was gonna be DEI because they'd have been like, "Oh, JB, real shit." So
people got to start respecting my name.
I cover myself like with the DEI on my end. My DEI is a whole deep situation. Like I can do it, and cats don't even realize.
I don't need no DEI. I'm me. I'm DARNELL.
We got Brian Urlacher today. I don't know about you. We got Brian Urlacher. This will be his 4th time on the show, I believe. He was
big time guest, one all-time greats.
He was on.
We can talk football, NFL, Chicago Bears. Get that Caleb Williams insight that we were talking about yesterday about the locker room situation. I want to get his opinion on that. The NFC North, you got the Packers out there looking good with Jordan Love. How do you feel about that? It's gonna be a big time conversation at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Make sure y'all stay tuned in, locked in for that.
Hey, check this out.
Yeah. I'm in my mode, ready to transform you into I hate a storm, Hail Marys, I make it pour. Good, I ain't lying, you little giants, we been defiant. Rising. What's the cost to be the boss, breaking down the walls?
Ooh, we won't even show that yet. We're gonna show that on the intro. I forgot we made that for
you already showed it. It's too late now. We already saw it. There's no surprise now.
That's not even the best part yet. We're gonna show it right before Brian come on. What are you talking about? You don't even know about that. We made that show because Brian was gonna be a regular, so we're gonna try to get him this season. He's just busy with his son as he's entering college football.
His son's at Notre Dame, right?
Yeah. So
hey, if he needs anything, let me know. I'm plugged in at Notre Dame.
What are you gonna do for him there?
Whatever he needs. NIL situation. If he needs like some food plus some local brands. If he wants to go to Indianapolis for like a weekend, that's right. That's fucking an hour and a half down the street. My brother who comes on the show all the time, Sheldon Day, Notre Dame legend, All-American. That's nothing. That's a fucking call away. So I'm serious. If Urlacher's son needs something, just hit me up. I'll make it happen. I'm plugged in, bro. That's what I'm trying to like. I'm really plugged in this motherfucker, man. I can do anything I need to do. I'm everywhere.
Translate in white people shit what you just said.
I am very well connected to the proper resources across the country, but more specifically in the Indiana region.
Good. That's good to know. So if I go over that way, pushing some weight. Let's dive into the show. We got a lot going on, Smitty. I've been carrying us so far this morning, but if you need a 5-hour energy, by the way, we gave 5-hour energy a full-on deal. And by the way, FYI, they're not a sponsor of ours. We've just been fucking around. Smitty's pushing it to try to see. So anyone out there, 5-hour energy, anybody over there, patting the boys, you guys got it in, hit them up, send them our way. Smitty and I can use this. Smitty's on a DEI retention. He's got some things going on at his job. We got other shit going on. We need 5-hour energy to make sure they're our biggest sponsor. Blow this thing up for the show. We're getting ready to go. Smitty, real quick, I know we got to talk, but we're going to take a couple weeks off for actual refocus, energized system. We don't ever take off, really. We've had about, 1 week off back in the spring. We took off, a
few days in February, I think.
But we're going to take 2 weeks off because we're going to get new cameras in the studio. We got some other things to do. We just because we fucking wanted to take some time off.
Look. Look at this shit. Look, hold on, look.
God, Smitty, thank them for loving to see us every morning. Shout out to you guys. Like, shit, that's a blessing, Smitty. You're a God-fearing man. That's a blessing that they want to see us every day.
Well, they're gonna miss us because we're taking the time off.
But we're gonna have. I'm gonna do some rants. I'm gonna keep you in the post. Me and Smitty might do something together.
We're not doing anything, y'all. Let's go win. Right? Today's our last show for a long time.
Look, Kung Fu Hillbilly. He said you was just off Friday. Motherfucker had 1 day traveling to Arizona. He hold that up.
They write down every day we got off. D. Jones said I was off all May. He said the whole month I was off.
Leah. Let's get into the show. Let's dive right into it.
Say that thing, JV. Don't hold your tongue now, player. You never hold your tongue. Don't hold your tongue now. Because I know what you was thinking. I know what you was about to say.
What did you think? You can put words in my mouth. I didn't say shit.
You was about to say, because she said this, you about to be like, Leah, I give your ass another routine, but you that dick. I know how you talk.
I never disrespect any women in this chat. What are you talking about? I would never do that. Lucy in here, but Jazzy, Gawk. I never disrespect nobody. What are you talking about?
My fault. That's on me. You never disrespect anybody, especially women. I'm sorry.
Never.
You'll never do that. Like that didn't even, I'm sorry, they even crossed my mind. Like JB,
I said not of our fans.
Disrespecting women. That don't even make sense. So I don't know why I even said that.
Thank you. When the fuck would I do that?
Yeah, that's I'm fucking crazy.
Bad look, actually. Actually, a bad thing he said. That's a bad thing.
Jake, stop putting the same stuff in the chat. You green, so I'm gonna give you a pass, but chill out. All right, Jay, let's keep this thing rolling.
All right, we're right into it. Poll question. Let's start the show off with a bang.
It's 6:30.
Yeah, we'll start with a bang. Pause. Joe Diddy, whatever you call it.
Sure, already started.
Poll question, Smitty. The reason I've been saying it over and over because I couldn't find it.
I know that.
Hey, would you trade Brandon Ayuk if you are this close to a Super Bowl? If you're the 49ers.
If I'm the 49ers, I would pay Brandon Ayuk at least on a 1-year deal. Give him like $30 million 1 year. Give him the rate he probably wants, which is very comparable to Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and kind of put him in the mix with those top wide receivers. But make it 1 year. Kind of go all in, bring the troops back, so to speak. You got Debo there for this year, of course. This is the last year on the Purdy, I think, rookie deal before you got to pay him. CMC got an extension. You already got Trent Williams sitting out, which I know that if you lose Trent or he doesn't play, that's an issue too. But I think you got to find a way to go all in on this year. Because to me, this is the last season that we'll see this core group of 49ers all together. So I think they got to go all in this year. So give him a short-term extension. Hopefully he would agree to that. If he doesn't agree to a one-year deal, then I think you have no choice but to trade him. You can't, at the end of the day, you only got so much money. I don't think they can give Trent what he wants, give Ayuk what he wants, and then still have money next year to get Purdy what he wants. It's just not enough money in the world to max out all that. So I don't think it's a situation where they don't want him. Situation where they just got to make a business decision. And Ayuk was very important to their team. I think he's their number one, like, true wide receiver who will route you up. You make big time catches in the playoffs certain moments. But at the end of the day, the money's the money. And you got to kind of do your pros, outweigh your pros and your cons. And to me, Trent Williams has to get paid before Ayuk. And then obviously Brock Purdy next year has to get paid before Ayuk. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't – listen, I'm going to do a make it make sense on this whole 49ers thing later on. But, damn, this is I'm so fucking tired of talking about this guy and this team on this show this year. For this is name them. I just rename what I just said. Go.
This guy, this team on this show in this year. I'm a bad boy. When it comes to just anything, I'm just a bad boy. When it comes to football, basketball, when it comes to knowledge, when it comes to takes, when it comes to being funny, when it comes to being serious, when it comes to like anything you want to throw at me, I'm just a bad boy.
Going back to the for this is this right here
is my swag. All the girls is on me. Damn, my fault. You gave it to me. You threw the oop. I had to dunk it. All the black people know what I'm talking about. You threw it. You gave me the alley oop. I had to dunk it. But it's your time. I'm sorry. I'm done.
I don't know that song though.
It's okay. You're not black.
DEI song? I don't know that song.
Beat your ass song.
I never heard that song.
You're gonna hear it soon.
I never heard "Beat Your Ass" song. I've never had it happen.
You gonna hear it this weekend? Keep fucking around.
Am I too old and white for that song?
Yeah.
First of all, I'm not too white for any song. Number one. Number two.
Then why'd you ask me that?
Old could be true because at the end of the day, I could give a fuck about the new rap game from 2000 on. Like, you might have had a few songs from 2000 on. But I can really give a fuck less about this fucking rap game. I'm just telling you, it is the worst I've ever heard. Panda. Anyway, let's dive into
what's your take, real quick? I know you're doing a rant, but give me your short take on Brandon Ayuk. Should they trade him? What should be the scenario? What's the situation there?
Why are the 49ers always like I talk about Kyle Shanahan on this show, choke artist. I talk about the 49ers by the way, name me the last time they won a Super Bowl. And I talk about this franchise continuing to fumble the, what are we going to call it? The bag? They continue to fumble, and they're knocking on heaven's door, and they just can't get in. Can't get in. Why? Like, why can't they get in? And then you wonder why. We've been talking about Brandon Ayuk for 7 months. And he's continuing to be on the ESPN, your show, everyone's show, this show, every day until something happens. And then they break news like he's breaking news. He goes out and hugs Kyle Shanahan at practice. He hugs Lynch. Everyone thinks, oh, it's going to happen. It's going down. He's going to sign a deal. And then the next day, the Steelers may be getting Brandon Ayuk. What the fuck are we doing as a 49 organization? Listen, he's your most productive receiver. Bottom line, I've already broke down the system, why they use him the way they use him. But at the end of the day, if you're that close to a Super Bowl, why would you now switch it up? So are they good enough at wideout right now to lose him? Who are they going to get? So they got the white dude from Florida.
Ricky Pearsall. They got Debo.
Or I don't know if it's Jennings or what's his name. Did they keep him?
Juwan Jennings.
Did they keep him?
I don't know. Let me see.
The only outside guy they got Kittle.
They re-signed Juwan Jennings.
They did.
So you got Jennings. Jennings, your only outside source, your outside guy. So you're getting rid of a most productive guy. I'm trying to figure out what are you going to get in return for him that makes this team a Super Bowl winner, not a contender? They've been a contender. They've on heaven's door, like I said, every single season. We keep bringing up excuses. You and everyone else on this show has a fucking excuse as to why Kyle Shanahan's the biggest choke artist coach in the history of football. Only I am on that pedestal, I guess, because I'm the one that believes it. He ain't going to win ever. It's just the it factor. He lacks it. Sorry. He don't have what his daddy had. Sorry. He's right there. Got the genetics right there, but he didn't get that last one, Smitty.
That's not fair, JB. I think it's just Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, the only team they can't get past. That's it. It's just that team, JB.
That last one, what is it called? I think it didn't swim into the zygote process.
Spell zygote right now.
Zygote.
So confirm now you get a chance. All right.
When you get the zygote, and then it becomes like, I think, the embryo and then the fetus, right? So I think he missed just that one sperm, made it right on the 405 that Smitty was on all the time. He made it right, went down to 405, and then he missed the daddy's just that one last it factor sperm. And that's where I think he just is. He just lacks it, dog. He just lacks it.
And by the way, you were absolutely right on how you spelled zygote. So shout out to you.
I'm the best speller you've ever met. So that's what he just ain't gonna get it, Smitty. He ain't gonna get over the hump. And so right now you need all the weapons, don't you? You need your arsenal. And
they're talking about, I mean, and this rumor.
Who do you replace him with? Who do you replace him with? Just give me that answer real quick.
Well, they're talking about possibly trading him to a couple teams. I think.
Okay, so the Steelers. Who do you get back for the Steelers? Justin Fields?
Nah. So let me see. I thought I saw something earlier. I know the Browns was one of the teams they're talking about doing it for like Amari Cooper, which to me would be actually a pretty good trade.
Not for me. I think it's horrible trade. I think that's a horrible trade for the Niners.
Really? You don't think Amari Cooper
the Niners are not a traditional drop back passing Joe Montana quarterback having, even Steve Young in his later days. This is a guy who is not uber talented, but is a guy who is efficient with the system that Shanahan runs by doing what, Smitty? Getting the ball to Debo, getting the ball to Ayuk, getting the ball to Kittle. And guess who they have? Oh, the runner-up for the MVP, CMC, the baddest white running back ever. So you have put that together, and then you take a guy like Amari Cooper and replace him with Ayuk to a longer, bigger receiver outside who doesn't block in the run game, who's not a guy who's going to do anything other than straight vertical route running.
Amari will block you enough. Amari, he ain't no Deontay Johnson. He ain't going to just sit there and not touch you. Yeah, you know. He's not Ayuk when it comes to blocking, but he'll go out there and get physical.
It doesn't fit the system. It doesn't fit the system.
I trust Shanahan, though. Like, don't you trust Shanahan? No. Even your beliefs about him can't finish the big game. All right, cool. But he still gets there. So when it comes to the offensive system, bro, I trust Shanahan. He's proven that he can take whatever talent he needs to, and he can make adjustments to make sure. Is he
gonna throw the ball to Amari Cooper?
Hell yeah,
he's gonna throw the ball. Shanahan himself.
No, I'm saying Brock
That's
Purdy.
My point, homie.
Brock Purdy can throw on timing routes and big routes. We've actually seen.
You could draw up all you want. You could draw up all you want, Smitty. If this guy, who we're calling a bus rider, not a bus driver, in Brock Purdy, can't get Amari Cooper the ball. By the way, Amari Cooper will face an entirely different defense than Brandon Ayuk will. Just so we're clear out there, all you football gurus, Amari Cooper is going to take on an entirely different coverage base than Ayuk will, because of the Debo Samuel, CMC, and Kittle getting expanded from the backfield scenarios that will happen. Now I have a true outside wide receiver out here. Plus, by the way, we just got a lot slower, Smitty. With Jennings now as our guy we re-signed on the outside. He's our only real outside guy. Then you add Amari, who's, let's be honest, on the top of his career, right? I mean, coming down. He's not ascending no more. I think it's a horrible. Now, listen, I would be saying, like, let's get rid of this guy. He don't want to be there. You know me. I'm always that guy. Get out. You don't want to be here, whatever. But to get Amari back for a guy they don't have to get rid of, right? By the way, you can tag Ayuk. You can piss him off, totally piss him off, and make him the most disgruntled guy in the world if you really want to. That's what they do.
But again, that's not a win for you in your program. You don't want a disgruntled player in your locker room, like bringing. You know how important negative energy could be in a whole locker room. They're not going to win. So I'm saying is the perfect.
It used to be that way, by the way.
But the perfect situation will be to negotiate with IU to that 1-year deal, like I said, and keep the band together. But if they're past that point, or he's past that point, I'm saying getting a guy like an Amari Cooper who's a veteran who can go out there and route you up, still win on the outside, still create some space.
Maybe let's see what you're saying.
That's a decent option compared.
Can you rewind and just repeat what you just said? You said
I can't. I don't know what I just said.
You said routing someone up. You said beating them outside and going deep. You said those things.
Going deep.
Yeah, you did. You said just beat a guy on the outside and he went deep. You just said it.
Oh, okay.
And then the third thing you said is what? Third thing you said was
I'd be talking, JB. I don't even know what I'd be talking about.
But the things you just said, Smitty, are true.
I said getting open on the outside. He's a veteran. Like I'm just saying, like if you're gonna lose IU, like you said, to your point, there's only so many options out there. The teams I'm looking at that I've heard recently was the Browns and the Patriots. Honestly, the two teams are they got some trade options out there. So I'm just saying, like your options are kind of slim right now. So
here's my thing, though.
So take what you can get.
So what my thing is, though, like you just mentioned things that are true. He was a great receiver for a long time. Then been a good receiver lately. Got hurt. I know he came back. He had some issues. You said facts, but that's not what that system does. That system's not to do anything about beating a guy deep, going long, route running, beating a corner one-on-one. That's not what the Niners do. Amari Cooper don't help that system whatsoever. He's not digging the backside safety out, point of attack, POA across the formation 5 times a game, like Ayuk's going to go do. That which hurts them in the play action and RPO game because now they don't have a guy full speed digging out on the run game. So now they can't play action the same. It doesn't fit Shanahan's system. I'm just telling you.
So what is the solution then, JB?
Hey, you know, the only scenario out there that I see, seriously, that I would do that makes sense for both teams, and it probably makes both teams Super Bowl contenders if they're not already. T. Higgins for him, straight up. Ayuk to the Bengals makes sense. T. Higgins to the Niners makes sense.
But that don't make sense because they're both trying to get paid the same money. So you might as well just y'all both pay your guy.
Well, I'm just telling you, that's the only thing.
That makes no sense. That defeats the whole purpose.
I'm just telling you. I'm just saying for receiver purposes. By the way, let's just be honest real quick. We're on the poll question still. I'm not paying Ayuk. I'm on St. Brown money, homie. I'm not paying Ayuk. These big dollar money guys like CD Lamb and all these guys want. I'm not paying them. So let's be clear here. There's a sign that the Niners are telling him, hey, dog, we're not paying you. I'm on St. Brown money, homie.
Well,
so guess what? Bye-bye. Like, that's what I'm trying. I'm just trying to keep it real with you, though. Like, that's the difference. Now, what if the Niners said, I will pay Higgins that money? Because remember, here's the thing about it. You got to re-sign Brock Purdy, it sounds like, right? After this. You got
Trent Williams.
You got Trent Williams, who just said he's not practicing. You got Niners got some deep-rooted issues, homie, and it's every single year, Smitty. I'm telling y'all, under this this Shanahan regime and this Lynch regime, that everybody sits up there and fucking circle jerks each other about how great Lynch has been, how great Shanahan's been. The last 2 games of 2 seasons, Shanahan and Lynch has absolutely shit the bed when it counts most, unlike his daddy, Mike Shanahan, and unlike Lynch did when he played. They're not the greatest administrators as you all think they are. That's what I'm trying to bring to you. They're good. They're really good. They're top echelon of their craft, no question.
They're great.
Well, I don't really know if Lynch is great. Lynch can go.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
here's the thing, Smitty.
Team is fucking. To put that team together. Yeah.
But Smitty, let me equate what I mean. If I gave you all this money and said, here, unlimited pocketbook, go get me talent for this show.
Yeah, but you know what?
You're gonna go get the talent, Smitty. You're gonna go get it. And then is everyone going to say Smitty is the main reason why he's the GOAT because he went out and got Pat McAfee to join the show and Aaron Rodgers because they paid him bags. They paid him bags of money. This is what it comes down to, Smitty. That's all.
It's different, though, because the 49ers are built, not bought, meaning that these are guys they got in the draft. Kittle, Debo, Ayuk, Purdy. Obviously, they went and traded and got Trent, I think, in free agency. But their main core guys is like guys they drafted, and then they added a few other pieces to make it all whole. But this is great GM work. This is one of the best teams one of the best rosters in the league the last 5 or so seasons. And again, I understand they've fallen short twice in very close games. Especially, I mean, they lost in overtime. Like last year, ragging like they lost in overtime, y'all. Like,
I'm just saying, what's it won them?
You said what?
I'm just asking, what has it won them?
You're right. I hear you, but sometimes, JB, you just run into a certain guy. Like Michael Jordan kept a lot of people away from winning championships. Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, he kept cats away from not winning their ring because how great he was. Tom Brady did the same thing for so many years. Peyton Manning should have had more opportunities in the Super Bowl with the Colts, but for so many years,
what do they lack?
Get over the hump. Right now, they cannot get over the hump of Patrick Mahomes.
What do they lack?
And damn Andy Reid.
What do they lack? What do they lack? You mentioned all that shit right there. What did they all lack? What do they all have in common?
That special it factor.
It factor, man. I don't want to hear all the excuses about Jordan did this or did this. If Karl Malone had the fucking it factor, guess what? They would have won because they had the better team, to be honest. If Charles Barkley had the it factor in Phoenix, they would have won. Even though he scored 47 in the finals game on Jordan, they still, guess what? Guess what, though? My point is the it factor matters, dog. Everyone wants to always have the excuse as Kobe was in the way. Jordan was in the way. No, you lack something. I'm just being honest. Like, Kyle Shanahan was up 28-3, homie. Like, don't tell me that Tom Brady took it away from him.
As an offensive, not head coach, as an offensive coordinator.
It don't matter, Smitty. He's the play caller. He had full autonomy. It's the same exact system that he ran in the Super Bowl. If you watch twice, when he was up 11 with 6 minutes against the Chiefs the first time and choked it off, he did the exact same shit he did in Atlanta as the play caller up 28-3. So go watch the film, homie. This is a it factor issue. Like, this guy is not lying to us. Like, he did what he did in Atlanta. He did what he did in Frisco twice now. What are we waiting for? The secret sauce to fall out of the fucking sky and say, oh, shit, he was fucking done wrong those 3 times.
Listen, man, you make some good points on that one. I can't lie, but we're going to bring this topic back later on. Maybe we bring it up to Brian Urlacher around 8 a.m. Pacific time to get his opinion on that. But right now, let's move along, keep this show kind of turning and moving. Trent Brown, offensive lineman, said that he doubts he will play in the preseason, saying that preseason does not matter. Check out this video.
Got to get in some type of football shape with us being a month away from our first game. So I'm just following the protocol.
What kind of kept you on the NFL list for going?
Say what?
What kind of kept you on the NFL list for going?
I'd rather keep that quiet.
Okay. What was kind of the biggest thing you worked on this offseason as you kind of got ready to come here?
I mean, I just do the same thing, work with Duke, work with my PT, just to be able to be healthy. Just kind of getting up there in age, I guess. So
we're going to get hit for a trademark.
Oh, really? Oh, because of music?
You hear the music?
Go ahead and stop it then. I mean, we got the gist of it. I guess real quick, just your take. What's your opinion? You know, Trent Brown, veteran guy, pretty good offensive lineman for a while in this league, saying that he most likely won't play in the preseason. You take issue with that?
Yeah, you know me. We're always in a difference on the age thing. I want you to play. I want you to play what you signed up for. I just think we keep giving pass after pass because of it's become the new norm because of very select few have bitched and moaned about either A, sitting out practice, B, not getting paid sitting out practice, C, not getting paid sitting out games. Load management era is what we are in, regardless of sport. You see it in baseball, you see it in football, you see it in basketball. It's not just one sport thing. So for me, yeah, I want you to play. For everyone else, they're gonna say it's not a big deal, especially all the fantasy players that never played. who are just depending on him, protecting Burrow so Burrow can get some draft points and shit on their fantasy leagues. That's what they care about. They don't really care that this is a more in-depth look at what really needs to happen. The reps are huge. You cannot deny reps together, not separate, but together, meaning collectively as a protector for Burrow while he drops back, while he fills his space, while he understands if he kicks the 5-tech up the field or does he let him inside. Where does Burrow step? How does Burrow manipulate the pocket with him at tackle? All these things nobody on mainstream media will talk about because they can't. They're not fucking smart enough to understand what I just said. And neither is most of the chat. So this is why I'm saying, yes, it matters. But the younger generation and folks will not think that way, and it's okay. I mean, it is what it is. I'm over it.
I'm not necessarily disagreeing. I do think it helps to have those extra real game live reps against another team. It makes the regular season a little bit more smoother. But the one, I guess, not even pushback, just note I'll make is that in college, though, we never talk about not having preseason, though. We never talk about, it's never been a complaint. It's never been like we go to camp, we do some maybe a live scrimmage against your own teammates, and then the regular season starts and we just get going. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just wonder, like, it's something that just came to my mind. It's like, what's the difference? Like, why don't we have a preseason?
Here's the thing about college, though. Here's the difference. In college, we used to scrimmage.
Yeah,
they've taken that out. We used to scrimmage. By the way, we used to have 2 scrimmages. Remember?
Yeah, like the refs will actually come to the field, and
So one was like prep scrimmage. The second one was a full padded practice, but then we also worked. Usually it was a week before the first game, and it was prepping the first games, like mechanics, how we're coming out of the game for the game,
the whole routine,
stretch line, how we're stretching, what we're doing, dynamic stretch warm up. So we did that the week before, right? We prep all that. So, but that was after a big time game. I usually would bring like ice cream truck out or like watermelon, oranges. All these people would come feed us after like that last scrimmage. But we don't do that no more. So we've taken that out. We've eliminated that in college as well. We eliminated 2-a-days. We eliminated 3-a-days. We eliminated 2-a-days. Then we eliminated Oklahoma drill. Then we put a helmet condoms on the helmet. Then we stopped tackling altogether. Then we put shorts and shimmos on them. Then we said, don't practice. It's okay. Preseason is not really important. Then we said, guess what? You can hold out, sit out, and then demand a trade 16 times before the season. And you expect us to have a better product on the field. Make it make sense, homie.
And speaking about make it make sense, I think it's the perfect transition to your Make It Make Sense, brought to you by Prize Picks, baby.
Without a doubt, it's Compton in the house. Without a doubt, it's Compton in the house. Without a doubt.
What's on your mind, JB? What's on your mind?
I forgot. Make it make sense, homies. Brandon Ayuk once again is in the trade discussions as the 49ers continue to piss down their legs year after year. As I just eloquently stated with Smitty in our little back and forth with this situation, the 49ers are once again knocking on football's heaven's doors, but just can't seem to figure out how to get in. This story has been going on forever, it seems. We've covered it forever on this show. And once again, as we wake up this morning, the 49ers are right at the tipping point. Their most productive pass catcher in this system is being allowed to shop, allowed to demand a trade, and the Niners are willing to listen to teams such as the Patriots, the Steelers, the Browns, and the Redskins, etc., etc. Make it make sense.
Boom, boom, boom. We need like a fire emoji or like a fire sound effect at the end or some bombs or something at the end. Hey.
I don't know, Smitty. I just can't make it make sense. Not right now. Not in this scenario. Like we are, Smitty. What? 3 weeks from kickoff?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, there's only 2 preseason games. Now, we already saw that waste of a Hall of Fame game. There's only 2 preseason games. So when is he going to play with this? When is he and this roster playing together and get some sort of live reps?
I don't know.
So then it goes on to the season. It goes into the season. We roll it over, and we roll it into the season, and we still haven't played, and he still hasn't repped, and he still has no live reps. And then we're going to say again, we're going to give it a pass and say, and so when the Niners struggle offensively, and when we see bad product on the football field collectively as an NFL product, we're going to come on this show and say, damn, but what do I know? Fucking football has been goddamn horrible again. Last year, we were making this shit up. It wasn't just JB being negative Nancy. Smitty and I were on this show every single day like, damn, offense is shitty. This is bad-looking football. This is horrible tackling. This is fucking god-awful. 900 injuries. Dr. Jesse Morse would come on and be like, fuck, I've never seen this many goddamn injuries ever in my life. Soft tissue this, soft tissue that. Guys don't want to practice. We got this. Like, where is the fucking good out of that? I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I'm just trying to
Last year was an anomaly. It won't be that way. I'm speaking
really.
life into the football season. We will not spend a whole other season talking negative every single week again. We will not do that.
I bet you dollars to dime this shit is like that again.
No, it ain't. Quarterback play alone. Quarterback play alone is going to be way better.
Let me ask you a scenario though. If it is, Smitty, if it is, what are you going to say then? We're in week 7, by the way. Week 7, and how many are you still going to use 6 weeks of excuse saying, JB, we're still almost there. It's okay. They're getting there. I'm
gonna give them 2 weeks. I'm gonna give them first 2 weeks as an excuse, and after that, we got to get rolling. So I think quarterback play is gonna be way better this year than was last year. Last year was an anomaly, and
I think it's gonna be worse.
Quarterback play specifically because quarterback play to me is a dictator of how the whole train rolls. It's bad quarterback.
I think it's gonna be worse. I think it's gonna be worse. Real quick before we go to commercial, let me break down. So you have the same quarterbacks last year that played.
Yep.
All right.
You also played 2 years ago and 3 years ago and had big time seasons too. So let's be clear.
So let's be clear. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for saying that so I can use it against you. So you're going to add Deshaun Watson, who hasn't really played in 2-3 years. You're going to add him in lieu of Flacco, okay, which Flacco actually did well. You're gonna replace that right there. Okay.
All right.
Then you have Baker Mayfield, who signed a deal, had 1 good year in his career. We're going to expect him to be worth $100 million. He's not. He's going to shit down the leg, and everybody's going to be like, oh. Then you have Trevor Lawrence, who just signed a deal. You have Kyler Murray, who just signed a deal. You have Daniel Jones, who signed a deal. And you're going to be looking at those 3 in particular to make sure that those guys are much better than last year, correct? Then you're going to have Herbert. You're going to have Herbert expected to be this guy because they have this other guy who wears khakis now in the locker room who's going to supposedly save the world, and the quarterback whisperer in Jim Harbaugh. All right? Then you go on over to the East. You got a guy named Jaden Daniels, very rookie, who I believe is the best quarterback in the draft. He's going to start in a very bad organization. He's gonna struggle in a bad organization. You got Bryce Young, who's on the worst football roster in football.
He can't be any worse than last year. We talked about that. He can't be no worse.
We're expecting him to be great, but here's the bottom line is the product at the end of the day is, where is it getting better? I'm breaking this whole thing down. Just keep with me. Then you have on the West, Geno Smith at a new head coach in Seattle with great weapons. But is this the play caller to get him over the hump? You have Matthew Stafford, who we know is Hall of Fame-esque, but is he going to stay upright? Then we go to Cincinnati. How good is Burrow going to be? Because we know their left tackle just said, I'm not practicing. So is this guy going to stay upright? Then we go back to the West, and we got a guy named Brock Purdy who's a bus rider, not a driver. And we're going to sit here and say, pay me all this money next year. Then we're going to move back south, and we're going to go to a Kirk Cousins-led Atlanta Falcons who's coming off an Achilles injury. We don't know. We signed Michael Penix Jr., a left-handed 27-year-old who hasn't played it down yet. So we don't know where that is. So right now it's a bunch of juggling around. Then we got to go back up northeast, and we're going to talk Aaron Rodgers. We're going to say, Aaron Rodgers, you're coming off Achilles. You didn't go to practice. Blah, 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 blah. You got these receivers. You and Jared, you're arguing. Garrett Wilson. Where are we at with that? How's that unfold? Then you go to New England. You got Kobe Brissett. We fucking know anything about that team. You got a guy that they drafted in Drake May who's probably shitty. And then you go to Minnesota. We're like, oh, Sam Darnold. JB's like, fuck. Yeah, there's a reason I said Sam Darnold's going to be better than you think, because quarterback in the NFL is average as shit. That is why I said what I said. So, saying all that, this is why I'm full 1,000% confident and then you add Caleb Williams as a rookie to the Chicago Bears, a bad roster as well. So where is the quarterback play getting better? Oh, you got Dak Prescott in Dallas, who can't get past second round playoffs ever. And then you got
y'all know how he left out like a lot of the best quarterback. He mentioned Burrow, but his response to Burrow was like weak as fuck. He said, "Oh well, we saw Trent Brown say he's not going to practice, so we don't know if Burrow's going to stay upright." He said nothing bad about Burrow. He didn't bring up Josh Allen. He didn't bring up Mahomes. He didn't bring up Lamar Jackson. He's like, come on, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Like right now, you're just making up stuff. You're a glass half empty guy.
I don't know how you took that as a negative rant. I just broke down everything off the top of the dome throughout the NFL. By the way, homie, I don't even want to talk about your fucking AR5, who's fucking garbage, who hasn't even played a down yet. And guess what? You're adding that. You're adding that to an already average-ass quarterback room. And then let's add Tua, who's mid as fuck. Let's add him to the list that you also paid. And then let's go back down south over here, homie. And then the guy that we're all hoping and praying is the guy, C.J. Stroud, enters his sophomore year.
Yeah, say something about C.J.
Which we know in the NFL, when a book is out on you, you can actually have what we call a sophomore slump.
Okay, so call it right now. Is he going to have it? Is he going to have it or no? Call it right now.
We don't know. That's my whole rant. That's this whole rant. I'm not sitting here saying he's going to be shitty. He's going to be shitty. I'm telling you, based on what you just said, that this is an anomaly last year. We aren't going to talk about how bad quarterbacking the offenses are week 7 this year. And I just broke down the entire league, and now you're mad that I
don't like your tone. I don't like your tone with this whole fucking rant you just had. Your tone is negative. Don't try to. I ain't boo-boo the fool. I ain't say they're going to have a bad year. Well, motherfucker, you ain't say they ain't having a good year. I know that for a fact. Your tone is leaning negative, and I don't like it.
All that being said, minus all that out, rank the rant off top of the head just real quick.
In terms of just like the skill it took to do that and the energy, I give you like an A-. It was good. Like, even though I don't agree with everything you said, it's not about that. It's about the ability to do what you did. Remember the starting quarterbacks on top of your head. Go through the different divisions. I paid my dues. That was a hell of a rant.
You said an A-?
A-, yeah.
Oh, A-. Why minus? Where's the minus?
I mean, shit, it wasn't flawless. There's always room for improvement.
Where can I improve that?
You thought that was just a perfect rant?
Where can I improve that? If you gave me an A-, that means you graded me, so you have to know where I was inefficient at or deficient at. So now tell me where I was deficient at. So since you're the teacher, go.
Well, there are a few names, like, for example, like Baker. Like, you came off more so. That was it came off like a personal attack. Oh, Baker's shitty. He's not gonna be paid. He's not gonna be worth $100 million. He's not gonna be worth that money. He's shitty. Fuck it. Burrow, we don't know that. Trent Brown has said he ain't fucking gonna play all preseason. We don't know what's gonna happen with Joe Burrow. Like, you had a few of those in your rant where it's like, it's kind of weak. Like, the argument was weak for a couple of your players. Where some of it was like a strong argument. It was like, fuck, like it was.
Was it weak or truth hurts?
Weak.
So the truth doesn't hurt
because there's literally no, like, for Baker, for example, there's like we literally don't know. Like, he had a good year last year, won a playoff game, got an upset. Kept the Buccaneers afloat post Tom Brady, which is hard to do. And where we stand right now, he should have the benefit of the doubt. He should have flowers right now. There's no evidence right now that's showing us that.
I think the truth hurt you. I think
Joe Burrow was a monster when he helped you.
I think the truth hurt you though. That you're like, fuck. I think JV's right again. I think we're gonna have a.
No, I actually don't think you're right.
I think offense is gonna be bad
because you're doing all this off 1 year, bro. Like.
It's not 1 year, homie.
Quarterback play's been shitty for so long. Just look at when you get a chance. Just look at 2 years ago. Literally, look at 2 years ago. Look at 2 years ago. Look at quarterback. It was night and day. It was night and day.
Oh, was it? Yeah, 2 guys. Yeah, 2 guys. Everybody else was shitty. What do you mean?
Nah.
Smitty, we're way behind.
That's on you. We gotta do a commercial break, Bailey. Quick
commercial break. When it's black, you're Bailey and you're boys. When we talk white shit, Bailey's my son. Well, shit, what is it? Smitty's out of here because he's on DEI BPS time right now. He's off the clock. Bailey, take us to commercial. We'll be back for a great second hour. Hey, what up, homie? Hey, what up, homie? The real one's here. The real one, you prime sexual motherfuckers. Hey, the real one's here. What's happening, homie? Hey, let me ask you something. Have you coached before? I just want to ask a question.
Yes.
You've coached. What level?
Young kids.
Young kids. So your resume is equal to mine. That's coached grown men at the same level. That's sent 28 to the league, 250 D1 kids, highest graduation rate, nobody thrown in jail that's ever played for me. And other than I cut, other than that false shit you put out about Bobby Brooks. By the way, homie, I cut him 3 years before that video that you showed that he got arrested. So make it make sense. See, y'all do these false narratives, bro. Hold on. No, it wasn't my player. No, it wasn't my player, homie. That's what you don't understand. No, you associate him. Hold on, homie. Hold up. Let's be real. Hey, by the way, I actually appreciate all y'all in there talking and letting us talk because it's what grown men do. So because I keep it real. I appreciate how you guys are managing this conversation. But let's be real. This kid you know from Netflix, homie. You don't know him from playing for me. Keep it funky. That kid got cut. Homie, he got cut. Did he not get cut by me on Netflix? Did he not get cut by me? Hold on. I know where he's from. Who you think recruited the motherfucker? So, homie, do you think I don't know where the fuck I got him from? So let me be clear here. This man was cut from my team for doing a criminal act on Netflix, and I cut him, did I not? So if he goes after me and gets arrested 3 years later, how the fuck are you associating that with me? I tried to do everything I could for that young man. I tried to do everything. I gave him 6 opportunities. You don't think his head coach is my homeboy in Titusville? You don't think I know his mama, homie? You don't think I know the people that I got him from? Come on, man. You guys spill this drama, homie. You guys say the wrong shit.
Lucy, the prime sexuals are out.
That's the thing, though. You can't put out that fake shit when I still talk to Bobby and I still help Bobby and I put money on Bobby and you can't talk that shit because let me ask you guys something, homie. For all the hate out there, I'm gonna drop the mic on this. Show me one player, homie, that's played for me that has come out and talked shit about me. Because y'all don't understand. Real recognizes real, homeboy. How about Jermaine Johnson, first rounder? Have you hollered at him? Have you seen what he said about me? How about all the other NFL players I got in the league? You don't have to hunt them down, homie. If I was such a bitch, homie, what do you mean? You sound ignorant. If you don't gotta hunt nobody down if they want to hate on you. What are you talking about? If a motherfucker wanted to talk about me, how about Tank Dell? Have you hollered at Tank Dell about me? How about those motherfuckers? How about you go holler at real ones that actually make it, not the ones that got cut, homie? How about you go do that?
Lonnie Johnson.
Why the fuck I gotta do it, motherfucker? I'm the motherfucker. Why I gotta do it? You're the motherfuckers chasing this bait, homie. Why I gotta do it? Y'all got me muted, homie. Go ahead. Let me ask you guys something. I don't need to go hunt it down. I did it. I lived it. It's in my resume. I got 28 in the league. I got 10 first rounders. Yeah, what do y'all got? Let me ask you something. Let me ask something though. Let me ask you a real question real quick because I just finished my show and I heard y'all doing something about me, which I give you credit. You made up a thing about me. Here's the thing. It takes a lot to go out of your way to create a thumbnail and all this old shit about another grown man. To me, it's a lot of feminine energy. But I got to be real. Let me be real. I got a show, homie. I do a 3-hour show, homie. Homie, I got a 3-hour show. You motherfuckers are nobodies. I got Kirk Herbstreit on my show, motherfucker. Who you got? Let me ask you a question. Do y'all know Deion? No. You don't know Deion. Are you fucking kidding me, homie? I know the motherfucker. You don't even know him? You motherfuckers are clowns. You don't even know him? Y'all don't even know this motherfucker. Okay. Y'all don't even know him, homie. Y'all some dick riders. Y'all some dick riding fanboys. Homie. Y'all motherfuckers are dick riding fanboys. Get your sorry asses out of here, you dick riding fanboys. Shut your bitch ass up. You fucking dick riding fanboys. God damn, these motherfuckers don't even know him, homie. That's the fucking. Oh my God, I hope we recorded that.
Oh yeah, we're live. We're still live.
Hey, Good. That shit is comedy. Bailey, I just sent you something I would love for you to get in real quick because this shit is comical. I got to ask you. I got to show this to the world. I did something last night on this very interesting take that I want to show everybody. All my Kansas folks in the building, shout out to everybody in Kansas. I love y'all. Shout out to Kelly in Vegas. That's my homegirl, legitimate, love her to death. Great betting female in the business, one of the greatest female bettors in the business. Shout out to Kelly in Vegas.
Kelly's a real one, man. She show love. She just.
Where you been? Where you been?
I'm trying to get my mind right. I have to lay down for a minute.
Attitude. Now walk. 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 Tell me to go. Attitude. Now walk. 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 Attitude. Now walk.
Moment of silence. T's and P's. Dear baby Jesus, I'd like to pray that you please help the state of Kansas. Help the state of Kansas get a more attractive human in the DNA pool. I don't know what's going on in Kansas. I know I played my college ball in Kansas. I had a shot with the Chiefs in Kansas City, which is on the Missouri side, but everyone spends time on Kansas side. I've got to see what we call, Lord, cyborgs. Cyborgs are everywhere in Kansas. They are a mixture of DNA that is inbred from household to household, from sisters to brothers, from brothers to mothers, from mothers to fathers, from fathers to son. This is what we call cyborgs. Kansas is full of them. We just witnessed this on the KU cheer team, Lord. I would like to thank you in advance that you please help out the state of Kansas. It is in a huge epidemic, pandemic. They are living in what I would consider 1970s porn era. Their hairs are what we would see in a 70s porn thriller. Everyone's hairstyle is 35 years behind. The state of Kansas lives 35 years behind every other state in the union. Please, Lord, help this state catch up with the times, and please help this football team. Their players deserve better, Lord. They deserve better eye candy from the sideline cheering on their respective football program. This was the worst cheer team that I've ever seen on paper, statistically or figuratively, and physique-wise, this had to be the entire roster of Dunkin' Donuts. They were absolutely atrocious looking humans, and I count this and I blame this on the state of Kansas living in cyborg land. And Jesus, baby Jesus, and God, please help them. Your name, amen. Sorry, I didn't know why we were live. Were we live?
We were live about 10, 15 minutes.
We were live the whole time?
Yeah, about 15 minutes.
My eyes were shut the whole time because I really prayed. What were you doing?
Same thing.
I'll rewind it and look later. Let's dive into the show.
I don't know where we at no more. Let me go back to the dang on.
Out of it today. Steve's out of it. Like kind of rude, like dismissive.
Who?
You.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. It seems like your energy's weird.
I've been bringing high energy the whole entire show. It just we
real quick,
having a good discussion.
Hey, can you re-show that video real quick, baby? Smitty, break that down. I want you to take person by person on that chair. I mean, she's not horrible, but she's, I guess, there starts to get big.
I think like one, this is more your speed for you to break down. Like this ain't really my overall.
Oh shit, my bad, Bailey.
Because the overall, stop touching stuff, JB. Damn.
Why is this my speed? Here, hold on. What about your speed?
Overall, I'm saying overall.
What's that?
Overall,
What do you rank
this
that?
is your speed.
What do you rank that at as an overall, like as a cheer coach?
Shout out to the young sister, man. I gotta watch her cheer to see how good she is as a cheerleader. They're doing a TikTok trend right now, so they're supposed to like be looking crazy when they do this. They're doing this, it's like show attitude and walk away. That's what they're doing. So shout out to these these lovely young ladies out here at Kansas, out here chasing their dream of cheer. Doing
what is this
thing.
one? What is this trend? Show your gut and walk away?
No, it's show your attitude and then you walk away.
What's this one? Is this one show your gut and walk away? Which one's this trend?
She probably chuck your ass out, JB. Like you don't need to chill out. She looks strong. For disrespecting her. See, that's your type. That's you. That's more your field. They just having fun, JB. I ain't about to diss no damn. I ain't about to diss these damn Kansas cheerleaders, man.
What's this one?
She's a white girl. She's posing. You break her down, JB. You break her down. You brought this motherfucker video on here. You break her down. You break her down. You gonna bring the video on here.
Liddy, you don't want me to break her down.
Not on the rundown, and then ask me to break her down. I don't got no problem with it. You some young 19, 18, young 18, 19-year-old girls who doing a TikTok trend before or after an event or a track meet. That's all it is.
You don't want me to break that down. That's the one broad that was born with XY chromosome, homie, that boxed in the Olympics. You don't want me to break this down. I'm trying to give you a fucking opportunity to break it down, homie.
I broke it down. I think this is a lovely group of young ladies who are out here having fun on TikTok.
That was Stephanie. That's Stephanie. I'm the DA in Seattle. That's fucking your boy. That's fucking Stephanie, homie. God damn. All right, next. Let's move on.
Let's move on, man, to some some real news.
Yeah, bigger than
Deion Sanders tells his team in practice not to touch Shador Sanders or Travis Hunter. Here's a video right here. Check it out.
We having contact. Take care of your guys. Like I'm going to tell you, do not touch the receivers. Don't get near the quarterback and leave Travis alone. We got that?
Sir.
We understand that?
Sir.
I'm not playing favors. I'm just being 100. It is what it is. When you get to the next level, every quarterback is worth $250 million, right? You think they're going to let you touch it? All right, so let's play like we're on the next level.
I mean, listen. I'm going to go first, and I'm going to let you go in.
You go first.
Let me go first. Optically, does it sound amazing to the outsiders who don't understand the locker room? Nah, probably not. But is he lying? Not at all. He just keeping it real, talking to them like men. Talking to them like men. I don't care what era we played in. I don't care if it's college or NFL or high school for that matter. Damn near. Don't touch the quarterback. So Shador not getting touched, common sense. We get it. Travis Hunter is a special weapon. He's one of the best players in all of college football, period. Point blank, period. He got hurt last year, and it hurt them as a team. So your two best players are clearly Shador and Travis Hunter. Those two guys need to be healthy for this team to have a chance of being good to great this year. Whatever Colorado can be, whatever that max is, if that's 10 game season that they win, is it 8, whatever that number is that you have in your mind, in order for them to reach those heights, those two guys have to be healthy. And then he mentioned the receivers as well. Listen, he just calling it what it is. We're close to the end to the college football season, a couple weeks away. Don't do anything stupid that will get your brother hurt. In general, don't get anybody hurt. But especially we're not even going to risk the quarterback. We're not going to risk our best all-around player and our weapons. Point blank period. This is Colorado. We're not as deep as Alabama. We're not as deep as some of these SEC teams, even these Big Ten teams. So the starters are uber important at specific positions. So I like the fact that he's just being open and honest. Like he said, I'm talking to you like grown men. That's how I'm talking to you. You guys want to play in NFL? A lot of you guys have aspirations to play there next year. This is what it is at the next level. I know personally because I'm Deion Sanders and I played there. So this, trust it, believe it. That's what it is. So that's my first take. I want to hear what you got to say though, because I'm really interested. I can see you going both sides on this one, honestly. So I don't know which angle you're gonna take.
Give me your predict my thing right now, so everybody knows, because you don't know what I'm gonna do, and I don't know. You know me, I just go. So go ahead. What are you predicting I'm gonna go? Which way I'm gonna go?
For some reason, man,
like the poll question. If you did a poll question right now, which way I would lean?
I don't think you hate the message. I think maybe you wouldn't like the fact that he like voiced it in the way he did to everybody. Like maybe this is something that he could have just told the coaches like behind the scenes that this is what we expect and this is what we need. Like we got to keep Travis healthy. We got to keep these guys healthy. So maybe they would just do certain things within the practice that would naturally protect them without maybe voicing it out to the team. Like you as a coach, because you understand, I'm sure you kept your quarterback safe and you kept certain players like safe in certain situations. So I don't think you're anti against the overall message, but I can see you having being anti the delivery. Maybe that's my initial take.
Well, all right. So let's start with your take. You made a lot of things. You said a lot of things there that were you problems, not Darnell Smith problems, Colorado and Deion Sanders problems. He made a lot of excuses, as you did, as to why they don't have the SEC depth and they don't have this and they can't do that. Well, that's a you problem, homie. That's nobody else's fault but yours. Then go recruit better. Go get depth. How about don't get 81 guys in the portal? Number one. Number two, so I'm not going to give you a pass for not having what your blood life requires you to have, which is players, bodies. You have the same scholarship numbers. Why is it different?
But I'm in Colorado, though. That matters.
What does that mean? You're Deion Sanders, homie. You can't say you're Deion Sanders over here and you're an ex-NFL legend, and then you're Deion Sanders in Colorado, and now it matters that you don't have what you have?
But
make sense, homie.
But in 2 years, you're going to expect me to have the same depth as Oregon, as Bama, as Ohio State? That is not realistic, I don't think. All right.
Now, remember, not depth. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about quality depth. I'm talking about able bodies.
Oh, okay. Well,
you have the same quality depth. So what you defending is he don't have the depth. But neither there or may. What is that word?
Neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there. Be that as may. I like saying that one. Here's the issue. Let me send this off to our main man real quick. Here's the issue I have. Number one, when you call out certain guys, especially when he's not a quarterback, I get Shador, obviously, keeping him upright, obviously. There's a different in ideology here and philosophy, and I don't want to go too long on this, but here's the thing. This is a guy, in my opinion, if you watch him and break him down, he struggled inside the pocket and getting rid of the football. He led the nation in getting sacked, did he not? So I think he was sacked, 77 times or something? So if you're sacked that much, guess what I would work on this offseason? Putting him in the pocket in every scenario that I can, especially being a quarterback guy like I am. I'm going to put him in 9-on-7, which is a 7-on-7, but with 2 tackles in the center, 2 defensive ends and a nose guard. I'm going to get him pocket pressure familiar so that I can avoid what he did last year. Can't do that if you just keep him away from all things football. Number one. Number two, Travis Hunter is a utility guy who plays both sides of the football. Last time I checked, he plays corner and tackles. He's actually willing to stick his head in there. We call it contact courage. And on the other side of the ball, he's super, super tired catching screens, going deep, making miraculous plays on offense. He is spent. We saw him get banged by the kid at Colorado State last year. That was a
dirty
big
hit.
And it was a perfect hit for me. And then you say, oh, well, shit. You don't practice him and don't hit him all practice all year long. And then when he actually goes out and plays and gets banged up for playing the game we call football, now whose fault is that? Is it callous? Because I don't know if boxers can go straight into the ring and not having get punched. We talk about that on this show with Steve Kim all the time. So where is the callus being developed is my coaching take. This is not hate. This isn't fucking this. I'm giving you all things real and everything I'm actually thinking as I spit it out. So if it was me, I would make sure that we're doing live football drills of some sort. Now, I'm not saying running fucking QB power with Shedeur Sanders and getting him fucking smoked by the safety, okay? What I'm saying is let's simulate as much as possible to keep these guys upright. Because, Smitty, again, media and everyone else is setting this man, Deion Sanders, up for massive failure when and if, knock on wood, I never wish a young man to get hurt. What if first game Travis Hunter gets hurt on something? Who's going to say? What are we going to say? Seriously, this is a real scenario. Please answer the question for me. What are we going to say? Media, we now in the media, what is the world going to say? Oh, you should have practiced.
Damn, this sucks. It sucks. Unfortunate.
So, okay, perfect. There you go. So, what's the difference in him practicing now and going through it? And he gets hurt now. I'm just throwing it out there, homie.
You want at least give your cat a chance. The same reason why Aaron Rodgers probably won't play in the preseason. You want at least
but he's your 40 though. He's 40. Like let's be honest.
No. You know, this is the overall point though. I'm saying like when your star player, stay with me. When your star player gets hurt last year in the last season, fuck NFL, college. My star player was hurt last year and impacted my team greatly. So when you go to that next season, you're gonna be a little bit more cautious of like, man, listen, we can't afford to go into the season with him even slightly banged up or a slightly sprained ankle. We want him as close to 100% to start season as possible. And then obviously we know football's football, so things happen. But if he gets hurt within the game, there's nothing we can do about that. But we can control practice.
Let me ask you this. So let's say Shedeur Sanders and Shiloh and all these other fucking yahoos go out on the middle of the field before the game against North Dakota State and chirping, talking shit, whoop-de-whoop. And one of these white boy safeties bangs Travis Hunter again like we saw last year. How many of you excuse makers are going to all blame Travis Hunter for getting banged and not mention anything that all the other shitbirds did prior to the game? And when he gets hurt, if he gets hurt, I hope not win. Knock on wood. I'm knocking loudly. If he gets hurt, we're going to have another excuse as to why everyone else is dirty. Like, this shit is comical to me, homie. This is fucking football last time I checked. And is he correct about football in the NFL staying upright with the QB? 1,000%. Leonard Little got suspended with the Rams at the University of Tennessee because he hit Peyton Manning in practice. My former college coach was the QB coach there in Tennessee at the time with Phil Fulmer, and he was a young coach for Peyton Manning back in 93, 94, 95. Leonard Little, great pass rusher, went to the Rams, hit him at practice, and they suspended him for a week. They taught it like the NFL then because they knew Peyton Manning would be an NFL quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we were, at that time, protecting the investment. That's what we called it at the NFL level. But, Smitty, these cats are not really getting trained at a young age to go play and face that rigor. And I believe we are failing them at some point when we only call out 2 dudes on an entire roster. Now, if he gets those guys to buy in and say, okay, I know why we don't hit Shedeur and I know why we don't hit Travis Hunter, cool. Kudos to you, Deion.
And I think that's based upon what I hear. I think that's what he has. I think everyone understands.
So, okay, but the Travis Hunter part to me is interesting. Quarterbacks, we know. Like, it shouldn't even be a discussion. Protecting the investment. It's his own son. Let's not even mention that part.
But he also said don't get near the quarterbacks in general.
Yeah. But that should be a go. That should be a known thing.
That's like common. Yeah.
Like, I don't know why we're even discussing this whole quarterback thing.
Well, you still got to say it sometimes because you know the slap dish and field goal. Yeah.
No, I'm saying I know you have to reiterate it as a coach. I'm saying on the show, like it's crazy. Yeah. We all should be on the same side. We're on the same side of that one. Should Travis Hunter, though, plays both ways. He plays more snaps than any other football player in college football. He's playing snaps similar to what Woodson did when he won the damn Heisman.
Yep.
So I'm trying to figure out why we're protecting him in practice. Because he's not a quarterback. He's not a guy. He's a guy that has to be physical and take on bigger receivers, get his nose in the run game, and without Khaled. By the way, he's going to get his fucking mouth dirty week 1, homie, against a team that runs straight downhill on your ass. So I'm trying to figure out if we're approaching this contest, game 1, is there number one opponent, as a 7-on-7 scrimmage, I have bad news for you, dog. It's not played that way up there in North Dakota. Them motherfuckers are hitting right now. I know for a fact they're not holding back. I'm just telling you right now. So, and that's fact. That's not a guess. I know coaches there on that fucking staff. That team does not go 7-on-7 all day long. So, now you can't touch a corner in practice? Guess what it does, Smitty? And I'll end it on this. It's not about Travis Hunter. It's not about not hitting him. It's not about not hitting Shedeur Sanders. It's about the receivers for Colorado coming off the ball, half-assing, worried about not hitting Travis Hunter in the run game, so that the head coach don't go off on him because my cornerback is protected because the head coach said so. So my receivers now come off lackluster and just sit there. Travis Hunter runs by him at practice. Now my receivers just practice bad fucking habits. And I got to go play North Dakota State, who's going to fucking run down my throat. That's the fucking difference. It ain't about Travis Hunter. It's about 85 other motherfuckers that you are now instilling pussy in and bad habits. Every practice habit that you perform that's not live is a bad habit. And you just told your entire roster to do that to protect two dudes who might get hurt game one. Make it make sense, homie. That's not how you coach fucking football. Sorry, Smitty and everybody that wants to protect these motherfuckers. This is a gladiator sport, homie. Don't play it then. Fuck out of here. What are we talking about? Yes, protect the investment. Yes, quarterbacks can't get hit in the NFL. This isn't that. We're in the fucking transfer portal era. You're playing with another kid's baby every week. Make it make sense. I'm out.
Perfect, man. Perfect. Well, man, my guy, living legend himself, knower of all things, the one and only Steve Kim. What's going on, Steve?
Morning. What's going on?
No, it's another day of JB yelling and screaming, losing his voice, hurting his back. Look at him. Screamed a little too loud. Now he's injured. We're doing good, though, Steve. How did we be here?
I had to say,
I gotta publicly shout you out, man, for hooking your boy up with some floor seats this past weekend, man. Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome. Great experience
You're welcome at the event. Now I'm thanking Steve directly. JB had nothing to do with it, and I appreciate you, man.
I gave you his number. You're welcome. I gave Steve your number, and I said, Steve came text me. Let me read the text. Hey, you want to invite your co-host or no? Fuck it. Go ahead. All right, cool. That's the text. So I don't know.
Well, let's start there before we got a lot of college football, some NFL topics for you, but let's start there in the boxing world. What was just, I guess, your overall view of the event? Obviously, there's a lot of hype going up into this. During the previous month, saying it's one of the best cards, of all time, and here in U.S. soil. What was your take on the overall event?
Well, the fights were good. I had no complaints about that. The overall event, I thought, dragged on. They need to cut out all the fat. I don't need a halftime show in between every fight. Don't need a concert. And when a good portion of America is going to bed or falling asleep during the main event, I don't think that's a great look. I really don't. I actually saw people walking out early on in the Crawford-Madrimov fight, including the great Julio Cesar Chavez. So, look, I get what they're trying to do. I like what they're trying to do. I think the execution needs to really tighten up. Me and Mario talk about it. It's amazing. A lot of the media is afraid of saying anything. I don't get it. I understand Turki Al-Sheikh is a very powerful man, but I'd like to think that he's an intelligent enough individual to take some constructive criticism or some guidance. Nobody wants to be at a sporting event, short of a football game, where you tailgate for 5 hours, for 9.5, 10 hours. And I think they might be better off actually cutting down the number of fights and just quickening the pace. Now, as for the main event, I said for a couple of weeks leading into this fight, this would be among Terrence Crawford's toughest fights. I give him a lot of credit for taking on a very difficult guy that was relatively unknown. I thought the fight was really, really close, but at the end, I think Crawford in rounds 11 and 12 shifted gears, and some of the lack of seasoning with Madrimov fighting on the inside, adjusting to two-way traffic inside the pocket showed up. He'll get better from this, and in my view, Terrence Crawford may have found out that 154 is his weight ceiling. It was a good, solid, tactical boxing match.
And that was gonna be my follow-up question, because I've been seeing, people online. I think even his trainer had kind of got asked about Canelo again. Seeing the way Crawford looked, which, I mean, again, he won the fight. Shout out to him, but I don't think it was his best performance, I would say. Do you think like the Canelo fight is off the table now, or if they did fight, you think Canelo will have to come down to 154? I don't think that's realistic.
No, that's not happening, Smitty. Turki Al-Sheikh put out a tweet late last night where he said, okay, that fight, Canelo, I'm done with them. We have moved on. Look, there are plenty of fights at junior middleweight that I like for Terrence Crawford, that if he walked away with these set of fights against Virgil Ortiz, Sergey Boachuk winner, I'm going to that fight this Saturday. In Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay. You have Tim Tszyu, you have Sebastian Fundura. So, again, weight classes matter for a reason. Yeah. And Madrimov showed that, look, as good as Terrence Crawford is, even he has limitations. And I want to see those fights at 54. If he could somehow become undisputed in another weight class, which is pretty good at the top, You're talking about a guy that won all the belts at 40, 47, and 54. As I said to Mario on the show yesterday, 3 knockdown rule that comes out later this morning. You do that, that's all-time greatness. That'll never be. I think that's rarely be done again unless Inoue can do it at 26, which remains to be seen. But look, it was a good tactical battle. As for the other fights on the card, we saw this one together. Jarrell Miller got hosed. That was not a draw. He beat Andy Ruiz. Jared Anderson, coach's favorite heavyweight.
Big baby.
Hey, buddy, if you want to be one step out the door, this is the way the game treats you. There's a sense of entitlement that he had, and he got knocked to smithereens by Martin Dad Strength Bacoli. And then I also think that Rayo Valenzuela outboxed Pitbull. So that was basically the gist of the card, and no one should be subjected to 45-minute lines to buy a $27 beer. BMO. You are slower than the DMV on a Monday morning without an appointment. Good grief. Speed it up, people. It's okay to make more money.
I got some boxing now for you. Contrary to everyone's belief, not understanding that, they get from me. I got some questions for you from Pat Perez. Okay, Steve?
Right.
Okay, number 1, can you tell Ortiz to go back to work at Walmart? Number 1, he said the fight was fucking horrific. Number 2, he said, please ask Steve Kim what the difference is between us at the Live, who's worked with the guy that's even higher up than Turkish, and boxing, which guys won in the ring and actually got on all fours and bowed down to Turkish. And then we sit here and we are looked at the Live Golf as anti-American. But we gave this guy a Hall of Fame nod year 1 in the sport and brought him in the ring 6 times, gave him 7 awards, and drug this thing out to a 7.5-hour fucking event. Can you ask the difference? Seriously, though, he wants to know from you.
No, there is no difference.
What are we doing here?
I'm not one of those outraged. I'm not an online activist. I cover boxing. If people feel so strongly about the sports washing, have enough courage of your convictions. Don't watch. Boycott the events. The other thing is, guys, that event was so long. The guy that won the car, when he came into the ring,
he was loaded.
He looked like he wanted to fall asleep. I hope he didn't drive home in that car. It may have been wrapped around a telephone pole at that point.
Pat Perez had a whole rant about that guy getting the car. So he said that guy's from Boyle Heights. He took that fucking $200,000 Saudi-made car that's rivaling Tesla, took it over to Boyle Heights next to a 82 Mazda Pup and parked it next to it, and now it's gone today. And that's the thing. He was fucking loaded, that dude. And we really turned the event that you two were at, thanks to JB for Smitty going. We turned that event into a party, Steve, at his house because it was so long. Sean Salisbury came and left. He was there 4 hours, left. The fight didn't even hit the middle part yet. We had some other AEs come over. It was unbelievable. And 7.5 hours, Steve. That's double the Super Bowl.
I mean, here's the difference. And Mario made the point to me, well, Steve, you watch college football all day. I said, well, number one, generally the matchups are ones that I choose. The other thing is the games go right back to back to back. I'm switching channels. Yeah. I don't need 45 minutes in between fights. I really don't. The people were bored. When people say, I'm sick of the spoiled media complaining, hey, the morons that say that, hey, guys, I'm actually at the event. I'm getting feedback from fans. They feel the exact same way. The other thing is when you stretch things out and you put on so many fights, some of them start relatively early, and people that want to see certain fights, they're about 2 hours late. So they've got to streamline that operation. Yeah. But as for those who say, oh, my God, it's Saudi money, this, and that, all right, boycott it. You are allowed to have some balls and make a tough choice in your life.
I'll be honest, Eminem without Dre is just like watching a white running back play in the NFL with no O-line. I mean, he was horrible.
I was bored to death during that thing.
Oh, it was horrible.
I was bored to death and yawning.
Smitty was loving.
That's just an age thing, which is cool, which is fair. Eminem he had a good performance actually, and he performed a little bit of his new songs, some of his hits. I thought he did a good job. Now to the overall timing of the event and all that, I agree with Steve. It was so damn long. The sun was beaming on us during the first half of it, so that made it feel a little longer. But Eminem's performance was good. The fights were good. Yeah, they got to find a way to kind of clean everything up, though. I do agree with that. Let's keep the rundown rolling, though, man. Let's get to some college football. Jim Harbaugh responds to the notice of allegations against Michigan football, man. There's a video. Let's check this out.
Yeah, I do have a comment on that. Never lie, never cheat, never steal. I was raised with that lesson. I have raised my family on that lesson. I have preached that lesson to the teams that I've coached. No one's perfect. If you stumble, you apologize, and you make it right. Today, I do not apologize. I did not participate, was not aware, nor complicit in those said allegations. So for me, it's back to work and attacking with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind.
Attacking with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind. That's how you coach. That's how you say it with just he stood up straight, had some deepness and some bass in his voice, and he stood on business. I like that. But what's your take, Steve? What's your reaction to that video?
I mean, look, to think that he didn't know anything about it, I question that, and I love Harbaugh. But I think there's a reason why he is no longer in Ann Arbor, but in our fine city of Los Angeles. I don't know what they could really do to him. Sharon Moore, who may or may not have been a part of it, I get the sense that he was. Looks like he's going to be the one that'll act as the fall guy. I love the fact he had to redact text because they were of the freaky nature. I mean, so were they sharing Pornhub links or something? But anyway, I know that Netflix is coming out with a Connor Stalions documentary. I'm very interested to see how this full operation really was executed.
Well, Harbaugh just lied 7 times that I counted right there. I love Harbaugh like Steve does. I think he's one of the top 5 greatest coaches in football, period, college or pro. Here's the thing that I'm interested in. Shamar or Coach Moore and those kids now, Sharon and those kids now, to me is why the NCAA, the non-carrying assholes of America, continue to be the judge, jury, and executioner in this whole thing, which is, to me, is why the big schools are going to end up breaking off from the NCAA, and they continue to bury themselves deeper and deeper with doing these type of things. I think something came out yesterday. I'm not sure if they have issued some sort of punishment, but all I know is this thing continues to be a joke. Like, they're gone. It's over. Nobody cares. Steve, when Paul Feinbaum don't really give a shit anymore about what happened, then why are we still bringing it up 9 months later? And then it took 9 months, Steve, for the NCAA to investigate if that was Connor Stalions or not at the Central Michigan game. I think we all said it was him when it happened that day. I don't think we needed 9 months to say, oh, shit, that's him. What are we doing? It's a joke. It's over.
Yeah, look, I've moved on. I honestly don't care at this point. I'm looking ahead to 2024. Look, it's a nuisance for Michigan fans. I think a lot of Ohio State fans want to make it an issue because that's part of the fun of the rivalries of college football. That bad news for your opponent is something that you revel in. I get it. I do the exact same thing. But when I'm doing my research at my office, which I'll be doing later, I don't give a damn about Spygate. It happened. Don't do it again. Everyone's been warned. I'm looking ahead to 2-3 weeks from now.
Yeah, I don't care about Bountygate. I thought Bountygate should have been a rule put in by the NFL.
Bountygate, Deflategate, all those gates.
How about take off this pussy kickoff return and then add Bountygate as a rule? Steve, real quick, I got to ask you one thing off the script here. What is your take with the 49ers organization and this Shanahan missing one of the chromosomes that his daddy had to get over the hump and have that it factor that he seems to lack? Because in my opinion, they're knocking on heaven's door, which is the Super Bowl, year in and year out. And this Brandon Ayuk thing has been in discussion for 6 months. And now they're still talking about trading him today as we wake up to the Steelers, the Patriots, or somebody. Would you not keep him this close to another Super Bowl, or are you trying to just say, all right, we got to start over here?
Well, they drafted a receiver out of Florida, Pearsall. I don't know if that's a direct replacement. Here's the issue with the Niners. Their window is closing, though. As talented as they are, they're not a young team. Okay? And I've gotten the sense in the last 5-6 years, they should have at least one Super Bowl, if not two. Now, is that a direct fault of the coach? I don't know. 28-3 when he was a coordinator. The one thing that he should have done in that game as the coordinator, when Julio Jones made that incredible catch at the end of the game, you have to run the ball 3 times up the middle and then kick the field goal, 2-possession game, the game's over. He got cute.
But
I thought it was one of the worst sequences I've ever seen.
Don't dismiss that exact replica, though, up 11 years later against the Chiefs with 6 minutes left and do the same thing.
Yeah,
and
but
then we're giving him a pass.
But that was not. Here's the thing, though. The Chiefs scored. They had that 3rd and 17 where Mahomes threw it to Tyreek. Then they cut the lead. If you watch those subsequent drives, they had Kittle wide open on a crosser, and the ball got deflected. Garoppolo couldn't get it over. That play goes for 40 yards. That probably wins the Super Bowl for him.
No doubt, but if you look at the series before, 2 times they threw on 1st and 2nd down. If they ran the football, that play may not even happen in the next series.
But I mean, I don't know. Last year I thought the Niners were the better team overall. McCaffrey fumbles on the first drive that they're driving. That was probably key. It was a tightly close game, contested game. I think Shanahan wins a lot of ball games. He's very creative. But the record is what it says. But again, I still think he's one of the better coaches in the National Football League. It's not easy going as far as he has. There's not a lot of coaches that have gone to more than one Super Bowl the way he has.
Yeah, listen, and I don't want to be a hypocrite here, and I want to be clear. The worst thing that coaches hate, and we talk about it as coaches, as other coaches, is questioning other coaches. So I'm not sitting here questioning the guy now that we're in this media space. But I will always bring up the fact that sometimes the stripes do not get erased from the zebra. And that's who he is. Like, that's just is what it is. You can say coaches are going to say who I am too. So I'm going to say who he is. Questioning him and being in those positions is ignorant to question him because I've never been in a Super Bowl multiple times like him. So obviously he does a hell of a job, obviously. But I also believe that he's missing something. And there's a reason why he hasn't won the last game of the season yet.
Patrick Mahomes. That's the difference. That's the difference. Can't get past one. Yeah. Sometimes it's just those guys, in my opinion. But
we argued that earlier. But go ahead. Just go ahead.
Keeping the train rolling, though, man. Kind of going back connected to which first time with Jim Harbaugh responding to the allegations. Your guy, Steve Mario Cristobal, talks about coaches accusing teams of tampering, saying just play ball, man. And I wonder, do you think, is he saying this kind of because of the situations going on with Michigan? You think there's some sort of connectivity there? What's your thoughts on him bringing this up?
I don't know. I didn't know the context of what he said and how the question was asked. I think there's been some allegations that Miami tampers. They probably do because everyone does it. Is there honor among thieves? But there comes a point in time, this is the game. Everyone is going to reach out. Everyone's going to back channel. Every single program now has player personnel guys that basically monitor the transfer portal. That's the game. So I don't know exactly the full context of what he said. The reality is every program is going to get poached. There were rumors of certain Miami guys that were said to be unhappy or looking. So that's the game nowadays. This is what they created, which is a little bit of anarchy, and everyone has to play in it.
And to Cristobal's kind of point, in this quote at least, is like you said, everybody's doing it. It existed way before he was coaching. So it's like, just deal with it. Like, instead of complaining and crying and trying to snitch on people, you figure out a way for you to win best with your team. And I think that's the best way to do it. Moving on to Cam Ward. Cam Ward was named the ACC Preseason Player of the Year. Steve Kim, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think Cam will live up to all of the hype?
If Cristobal says to Shannon Dawson, we are going to run air raid concepts more than I ever have in my life, yes, it can happen. He's got to be able to throw for 4,000 yards this year. Miami has not had a lot of 4,000-yard seasons. I think it's still Bernie Kosar in 1984. If the stat line says for Cam Ward 4,000 plus yards and at least 30 touchdown passes, that means Miami played at a certain tempo and style that is best suited for their offense and defense. So I hope that comes to fruition. He's played in an air raid system his whole collegiate career, going all the way to Incarnate Word, then also Washington State. That's the style of quarterback he is. He's a shotgun spread guy. Quick delivery, makes good, accurate decisions early on, can extend plays, smooth release. He's got to be the trigger man the whole year. So that he is the key to the whole year, in my view. It's really that simple.
So from your inside kind of insiders or inside scoop, that you get from the U, are you hearing that Cristobal will kind of pass the keys over to the OC and allow them to really create this air raid system?
I would hope so. I'm watching the spring game. It looks like they're going to be a 60-40 pass run ratio. Okay. Or maybe even a little bit more than that. I don't know if they'd go 70-30 ever. I just don't think that's in Mario's DNA. And there's a reason why you got Damian Martinez. But if they go 60-40 and the average in the upper 30s, because that's really how you be elite. In college football, you got to be upper 30s to be in the top 20 points per game. And last year it was 45.1. LSU was number 1, but they had a bad defense. So if you do that, you have a chance to win every single game. And yeah, I'm actually hearing that they realized you get 1 year with Cam Ward. Cam Ward is on basically a 12 to 16 game window, knock on wood. So there is no long-term plan here. It's this year. The future is now, as George Allen would say.
Ooh-wee. A lot of pressure on that guy right there, Cam Ward. And not only was he in the news for being, the ACC Preseason Player of the Year, he also was in the news a little bit here saying that NIL money is not real money to college football players. And I thought that was kind of ironic because I know last week, JB and I, you might have been on this topic too, Steve. I can't remember, but Ohio State wideout Emeka Ibuka actually said that players are staying in college for the NIL money. So it's almost like kind of two different outlooks on what the NIL, landscape is. Which side are you on? Or do you feel like players actually appreciate that NIL money in terms of they're staying in college longer for it, or more on Cam's side where he's looking at it's not really real money to me?
It's real money. I mean, there's a reason why he stretched out his negotiations with Miami. And look, this is nothing against the kid. I'm just basing it on facts here. There's a reason why he held off his commitment. There's a reason why he was in the NFL draft, bucket, and then took his name out. Why? Because Miami met his price. So it's not real, really? Come on, Cam, you're allowed to be a capitalist. The money is real. You live very well. I've been told you've been put up in a very nice apartment. You and your girlfriend love South Florida. It's a great place. The NIL is real. Come on. What are we doing? In the immortal words of Aretha Franklin, who's zooming who?
I love it. I love it, man. I love it, man. JB, I got something for you, though. I know you've been over there quiet, getting things set up behind the scenes. There's a current top 10 college football coaches highest winning percentages list that I want you to kind of check out here and take a look to kind of get your thoughts on this. Any shockers here, man? As you look, Ryan Day's at the top, Kirby Smart number 2, John Summerall. We got Kurt at IU. Strong list here. Do you feel like this list kind of is are the top 10 coaches like the way that you would view it, or no?
No. Fuck's Ryan Day one? Why is he on the top of anything? He's
Kirby
on the
should
top.
be number 1 with the bullet.
Ryan Day's on the top failure list.
Well, again, this is a factual list. Like this is the literal winning percentages. Like it's not like there's no opinions.
Okay, if it's gone by percentage, I get the percentage is the percentage. But number 1 right now is Kirby Smart.
Yeah, winning percentage means diddly shit if you don't win the last game of the year. What does that mean?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Appalachian State, this guy wins 10 games a year. Is he the fucking best coach in football? No. I'm just trying to figure out why winning percentages now are the big thing we're going off of. This on 3 guys. I mean, that's all they do. Look, Ryan Day hasn't won the last game of the year yet. Either as Dan Lanning, who's much younger, by the way, he'll get a shot. Lincoln Riley, to me, is the most overrated guy on that list. And
Dabo Sweeney's won it twice.
Dabo's won it twice.
I mean, I know people hate to admit that. And he beat Bama twice doing it. So
and he wins 10 a year. Like a year in the ACC. Like, I don't know.
I mean, Dabo, I think, is underrated. I know people think he's a hayseed or old-fashioned. The guy has beaten a lot of good programs the last 10 years.
I'm
just telling you, look at his resume, and he's got a good, strong playoff record. They're going to be really tough this year. Front 7 defensively is NFL quality. The question is, can Cade Klubnik take the next step with Garrett Riley? That's the whole question. But they have a really good freshman receiver coming in. Phil Maffa as the running back, I think is going to be fine. I wouldn't count out Clemson. I think they're going to be a tough out every single week.
I agree.
Big time season, Steve. We're going to find out here in a couple of weeks, man. All the talk, all the opinions, it won't matter here in a couple of weeks, man. We'll see the
Dave, you on Whitlock later?
Yeah, we're going to be doing some NFL talk. Guys, I wanted to mention this. I was listening in. Last year, Travis Hunter averaged about 116 plays per game. So when people say he's like Charles Woodson never played that many plays. There's never been a guy that I've seen in my years watching college football that played on both sides to the degree that Hunter did. There have been guys like Carl Pickens, Champ Bailey, Charles Woodson that got packages.
So if you're Deion Sanders, are you protecting him in practice? That's my question.
Well, no, I'm playing him like here's what I would cut his reps, but I would not treat him any differently than any skill position guy. I would just say, hey, these last three periods, you're out. Your legs are dead. Get into the treatment room. As for the quarterback, I didn't understand that speech. You wear a non-contact jersey that's like red or blue or whatever the contrasting color, and you just say, all right, nobody hit the quarterback, let's go. And if someone even touches the quarterback, the offensive line then has to surround that offending party and do some street justice and let everyone know, guys, we are not touching the quarterback. But everyone wears a non-contact jersey that is a quarterback across the country. And but going back to Travis Hunter, he's the only player I've ever seen in reading all these magazines and the other stuff. I've never seen a guy, and this is a testament to him, that has been listed at All-American in some magazines as a wide receiver and at other times as a defensive back. That's an amazing stat. So you have to save him. So if that means cutting short his practice reps, yes, he deserves and should get that treatment.
No doubt.
It is.
Steve, we'll watch you later on. Shout out to you. And that show drops today with him and Mario.
Today. Right about 9 a.m. for the podcast and the YouTube version. 3 knockdown rule will be out on YouTube later this afternoon.
All right, Steve, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Hey, we got a legend, and it needs no more. Let's bring in the video.
Yeah. mode, ready to transform you in the eye of the storm. Hail Marys, I make it pour. Good, I ain't lying. You little giants, we been defiant. Rise. What's the cost to be the boss? Breaking down the walls. We all lean once the coin gets tossed. Got the plan of action, never acting. No need to scramble to get traction. We make it happen. From 3-4s to 4-3s, we get it cracking. When the snap, call it Saran, cause it's a rap. We knock them out, they taking naps. Yup. Night, lights out. We lit, we intercept the shit and run it back. Fuck it, we running back. Beast mode's how we react. Once we attack, we laying flat. No coming back from that. Facts. Helmet to helmet, shoulder pad to pad, get cracked till your mouthpiece spit.
Yes, sir, Smitty. I don't know if you're ready. Brian Urlacher, Hall of Famer, NFL legend. Welcome in. What up, brother?
Thanks, man. Great. Those are some old highlights there you got, Coach.
Hey, I didn't know white boys could jump. I saw you.
Oh, this one can. I'm sorry. This one could. Not anymore. He can't. But
one hand too, though. I saw the one hand go up there.
Yeah, the tip got lucky there. That was beat.
Hey, I'm just popping collars real quick.
No big deal. Yeah, I wear mine every day. People, I love the looks I get. I know right away where I stand with people. I like that.
Hey, that's how it is, man. Like, disagree, I don't care. It makes for great conversation, but
don't care, man. You can wear your hat. I don't care. I'm gonna wear mine.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get it.
Free country.
Hey,
that's where we live here.
It's crazy. The world's crazy. I hope we get through. I hope we get to football season and we're not in some fucking war somewhere. But
man,
it's gonna be wild.
They're breaking out everywhere right now.
Oh man, it looks like a movie, don't it? London's falling.
Yeah, the last couple of days have been great. Looking at my 401k, I've been super excited waking up, checking that to see where it stands. It's really good right now. Super exciting.
Jump off a fucking bridge somewhere. Look, hey, we had that conversation with Weddle, Pat, Sean Salisbury the other day, and they're like, fuck, are we pulling money out or what? Like something.
Man, to cash the whole thing out, man, just to get away from all the shit that's going on and put it back in November.
God damn, it's crazy right now.
It's terrible.
It's fucked up, man. I don't know. We appreciate you coming on, man. Joining us. I got to get your take right out the gate because you're going to have an interesting one. Contrary to your boy Tank Johnson, who came on with my producer Bailey, and they do a show together, and he broke this Caleb Williams.
I love Tank.
Yeah, Tank. Yeah, we talk all the time about you.
That's my guy.
Tank comes on the show quite often, and listen, he had a take, and so did Shaun King, who played in the NFL 10 years with the Bucks, and talked to Sean Salisbury, all these ex guys. He came in, apparently Caleb did as a rookie, and addressed the team. And you and I spoke about this, and I want everyone to know your take because their takes are quite going to be, I think yours is going to be a little different than them. Break down Caleb addressing the team as a rookie who hasn't played it down yet and saying, pick up your shit.
I like it, man. You shouldn't have to be told to pick your shit up in the first place, in my opinion. You're a grown-ass man. If you're in the facility and you have a water cup or whatever, pick it up, throw it away. I have no problem with that. He gained some respect from me by doing that. Guys may not like it because he's a rookie. Doesn't matter who the hell it is. Pick your stuff up in the facilities. Just like at your house, I would think, it shows me he has respect for the people that work in the building, the custodians, the people who go around, the trainers, the equipment guys. They're the ones that have to pick up after you. It's not yourself. So when you leave shit laying around, someone's going to pick it up. He went up on my list quite a bit right there by saying that. A lot of guys may not like that because he's a rookie. I don't care. You shouldn't have to be told by anybody to pick your shit up. I'm glad he had the balls to step up and do it and tell these guys to, it's our facility, take care of it. I got no problem with it. I like it.
Regardless of if he's played it down or not, this has nothing to do with the actual game, right?
No, not to me. It doesn't. Why do you have to be told like he's your parent to pick your shit up? You're a grown man in the facility. Why are you leaving shit laying around? Pick it up. I like that, man. I think it shows some accountability. It shows that like I said, he cares about the people who work in the building who have to pick up after these guys because it does get messy in there. I've been there, so it does get messy. But I like that he said something. The playing reps or how he plays has nothing to do with that for me right now.
We got a video for you on this topic. Monty Toomer came out, and then LeVar Arrington came out after that. I don't know if you got to see these, but take a listen to
don't
this.
Pay attention to those guys.
Wilson 2.0.
Uh-oh.
This is not going to go over well. If you came in the locker room, I've been in this locker room for 8 years, like you said. And some rookie's going to come in who hasn't played one snap.
Right.
Talking, we're wearing the fingernail polish. Now he's going to come in here and tell me who've been here, who've been through the struggle that I need to clean up? No, how about rookie? How about you clean up after me?
Right.
Where you at with that take?
He's got his own take. I don't agree with it. You should clean up after yourself as a grown man. No one should have to clean up after you. You should throw your own shit away. Maybe they just do things differently in different locker rooms. I'm not sure. I was only in one locker room my whole career, and guys were pretty respectful to each other, whether you're a rookie or a 10-year vet, 8-year vet. Like I said, he said he was. So that's cool. But I prefer to pick up after my own shit, and I like my teammates to do that too. And if it takes a rookie telling these guys to do that, then so be it, I guess.
Where you at? We're both older school cats compared to what this younger guys are. Back in the day, you entered the league probably in the era of hazing. It was a known thing.
A little bit, yeah.
Throwing guys in the tank or something, just fucking around. Not nothing crazy, but
nothing malicious.
That's gone now, kind of, right? Is that? Do you think that plays into Caleb having is okay to go out there as a rookie and saying this to a bunch of veterans?
I don't think it really matters. I mean, so we had to get donuts when I was a rookie. We had to get McDonald's. We got thrown in the cold tub. That's the way it went. I'm sure some of that still exists.
Rookie dinner, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, the rookie dinner. Yeah, that was real fun, by the way. That was nice and expensive. The whole team shows up. Usually you got 8 guys at dinner, and then rookie dinner night, 50 guys show up. So that was great. That was our first round pick, so I got to pay. Anyway,
real quick, do you remember the number you spent, like roughly?
I think it was like $7,000. It wasn't that bad. We went to a Japanese restaurant right by the facility. It wasn't that bad, but usually you have linebacker night, 8 guys show up.
Right.
Shit, that night, 50 guys showed up. So anyway, I got no problem with it, man. I mean, the hazing thing was never a big deal in Chicago. We had guys that would kind of lay into the rookies a little bit. I was never into that. I thought, at some point this season, you might be relying on these guys. You may want to treat them a little bit nicer because you don't want them having animosity towards you when maybe you get into crunch time. You never know. There's no reason to have animosity towards one of your teammates because you're going to be relying on these guys at some point.
No, 100%. As we enter the next NFL season, we're looking at the NFC North division, man. Obviously, like you said, you got Caleb Williams, all the hype around him. Mm-hmm. Jordan Love just got paid, as the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. He looked really good to end the season last year with the Packers. The division, obviously, the Lions did what they did, play away from going to the Super Bowl. This division, to me, is kind of slowly turning into one of the more competitive divisions in all of football. I guess what's your just overview of the division in general as you enter into another season?
It's a good division, especially quarterback-wise, right? You just mentioned you didn't say Jared Goff, but Jared Goff's in there. Jordan Love's in there. He got paid. Jared got paid a while back, I think. Who's the quarterback from Minnesota? Is it
I think Sam Darnold right now. I think.
Okay, I like Sam's not bad, but he's kind of been around a little bit. And then you got Caleb in Chicago. So quarterback-wise, not bad, but it's going to be tough for the Bears to win that division. I know that much. When you look at what Detroit's coming back off of, and they're only going to get better. Dan Campbell's a beast. I talk about him all the time. The question mark to me is Minnesota. Green Bay, I think, will be really good. Jordan will get better every single season. Defensively, I'm not sure how good they'll be. I think the Bears on defense are going to be tough. They were good last season. How the hell did they get DeAndre Swift in the offseason? I saw that. I was like, what? They got, obviously, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Romo Dunze, Cole Kmet, receiver. If they can keep Caleb upright and run the football, which they should be able to do, they've done every single year. They could have turned some heads in that division. You never know because their defense is going to be really good again.
What's your expectations of Chicago? Like as far as pecking order, do you think it all falls on the rookie at the helm? Like how can he just manage the game? Because I don't know if we need him to be the greatest thing since right out the gate. He just needs to not turn the football over. Probably would help out that defense, right?
I don't think he needs to be C.J. Stroud last year. I don't think he needs to be. He could be. If he is, they're going to be really good in that division because, like I said earlier, their defense. But, yeah, just manage the game. If they can run the ball, like I said, the way they've done it the last few years, but Justin Fields did help with that quite a bit. He was a pretty good running quarterback. But they got some dudes in the backfield. Herbert's back there. DeAndre Swift's back there. And then they're going to face a lot of, I would think, 7-man fronts with those receivers they got. They're going to have to play coverage against those guys quite a bit. So if he can just manage the game and take care of the football, until he figures out what he's doing, unless he knows already, they're going to have a chance to win some games.
Take us in the locker room of a Bears player. Kind of tap back into Brian Urlacher, the player. It's Green Bay week. You're playing against the Packers. Talk about just that feeling that you guys have anytime you're playing against the Packers, man. Because I was listening to, I can't remember who said it. It was some analyst the other day who covers the NFC North was saying that, man, if Caleb Williams can help lead the Bears to a win against the Packers this year, that win alone would just be so big for the season. Let's talk about that rivalry.
It's a big deal. You know right away at Green Bay week, you circle those 2 games on your calendar, and the media is different that week. Even on Monday and Tuesday, with like it's a slow day, the media is everywhere. It's just it's a different feeling. And the Bears haven't beat the Packers in a long time. I don't know what the series is right now or what it's been the last 4 or 5 years, but they haven't done well against them. So I think if he comes in, establishes that he can beat Green Bay right away, that's a big deal. They may not have a winning record this year, but if he beats Green Bay, the fans will be happy. I'll tell you that much. That's really pretty much all they care about to some extent is beating Green Bay. But it's just a different week, man. The rivalry is getting better and better because the players in Green Bay have always been freaking good. They're annoying because they have a quarterback every damn year.
How do they do it? Like, it's crazy.
It pisses me off. I was talking to Aaron in Green Bay. I was like, or in Tahoe this year. You go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. Now you got Jordan Love, who was supposed to be, the kind of the way down. They just every year. I don't know if it's just good drafting or good coaching or what. Those fuckers have a good quarterback every single year. It's annoying, and the Bears just go through them. Right? We've gone through a bunch of them. They drafted a first rounder every 3 years. We get a new quarterback in the first round. It feels like since I left. So, and when I played, it wasn't any better. So,
hey, you've let the cat out of the bag on this show before, and I'm sure other shows. But people are like, wow, no way, Brian said that. You're a Cowboy fan at heart.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan. I grew up in New Mexico. That's what I root for. We got some issues right now.
Woo! And are y'all gonna pay Dak or what?
Yeah, where are you at with this Cowboy team? What is Jerry Jones gonna do with CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and Micah Parsons? Can he sign all 3 of them?
We have to. The Cowboys have to. I really grew up in the early 90s in New Mexico watching the Cowboys. So that's when they won all the Super Bowls. Yeah. It was Troy, Emmett, Michael Irvin, Jay Novacek, Bill Bates, Ken Norton Jr. I can name 40 guys. I won't. I don't know what they have to pay all 3 of them. I think. Unless you let Dak get to free agency and franchise them, or you let one of those guys get to free agency. But he's not going to play this year unless he gets paid. He shouldn't. He's a badass, by the way. That's my wife's favorite player right now. It's CeeDee Lamb. Micah's my favorite player. I think Dak's a badass. They got to pay him all somehow. Jerry always finds a way to get it done. They just got to figure it out, man. I feel like Dak will play this. He's obviously going to play with being the last year of his contract. He's still out there doing it. But CD and Micah aren't practicing, right?
No, I don't. Is Micah not practicing?
I don't know. I heard he wasn't. I'm not sure.
Because Micah still has what 2 more years left on his deal. I thought. Whereas, I think Micah's scheduled to get paid like next year. But CD and Dak, I think, are the 2 guys that are like, they figure that out ASAP.
Stressful, man. It'll be different. I can't imagine not seeing Dak back there. I know everyone's against him because he doesn't win Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. The dude wins games, man. At least they get there. I know he may make some mistakes, but he's better than pretty much 90% of the guys they could get right now.
If they don't win it, would you be shocked if you see a new head coach? I predicted on the show, I think Belichick can go there and turn it over. I think Belichick wants to get the all-time wins record. He's 15 away. And I think he wants to. Okay. I think him and Jerry Jones are tight. Yeah. So I could see that happening there. If he don't win, that's the scapegoat. And then Dak can be gone as well. I think they have a new QB as well next year, maybe, if they don't want to pay him.
Then Bill's not going to get that record 1 year then. If they get a new QB, it's probably going to be a rookie. It's going to take him a couple years to get that record because he's not going to do it in this guy's rookie year probably. But, man, I don't want Mike McCarthy to go. I don't want Dak to go. I like them both. McCarthy's a stud. I enjoyed playing against him when he was the coach at Green Bay and I was in Chicago. So, no, I think everything's going to be rosy. They're going to win some games this year. They're going to win some playoff games, and then they're all going to get paid, and we're going to be good.
Let me ask you on some football thing before we get to this last couple questions Smitty has. I got to ask you the current landscape of football in general, but the NFL, the holdouts or the hold-ins now they call them. They're at practice but not practicing. To me, it's crazy as a former player and coach. I'm looking at it like, well, why are you here? That's just me, old school. If I'm looking at this going on, we've eliminated preseason games. But we've added these intra-squad scrimmages. Where are you at with this? Every single one's a fight. It seems like it's counterproductive. Where are you at? Do you like the inter-squad scrimmages and eliminate preseason, or do you rather have more preseason and eliminate these shit shows?
I say get rid of preseason games because the reason I do preseason games so owners can make money, right? So take some money out of their pocket, maybe give it back to the players, pay them. So like the players get paid extra for preseason games. So take those preseason games away. But it does hurt the fans as well. So I don't like that. Having said that, I'm not a big fan of that either. But those scrimmages are fun. As a player, you get to beat up on somebody other than your teammates. You get tired of beating up on the same guys every single day for training camp for 3 weeks. It gets old, and you'd rather fight somebody else than your teammates, I guess, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
And you get to travel. It's different. You're seeing somebody else different every day. I think it's good. I know they're going to be fights. That's just the way it is. It's competition, man. That's the way it's going to be, and you get away with it in the preseason when it's these scrimmages because it's not a preseason game.
Let me ask you this: as a vet, as a Hall of Famer, like how vital was it though to participate in the preseason, like to some degree, whether it was a series, a half, how much did that, like if you didn't play in the preseason, did that impact you the first couple games of the regular season?
I would think maybe a little bit with your wind, like being in shape, because you can practice all you want to, but until you get in the game and get those first couple series, like even game one of the regular season, you're still, even if you played the whole preseason, you still get tired, man. It's just the adrenaline, you're not in shape that you want to be in. But those games, they're meaningless. To me, they were meaningless. I wanted to play in them because I wanted to get some contact, because you're not going to get that kind of contact in practice. You're not going to hit your teammates like that. So I did want to get some contact like that, but they're meaningless. In the end, you don't give a shit if you win or not. It's a preseason game. You want to get through healthy, and hopefully your teammates get through healthy, and that's all that matters to you.
Hey, Brian, 2 more things for you. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, man.
Harrison Butker signed the largest contract ever.
Hey, my guy. Hell yeah. Love seeing it, man.
Big money.
Hell
money
yeah.
For a great guy, by the way. Love where this dude stands. I love how he speaks out, speaks his mind, doesn't backtrack like some people do. I'm a big fan of his, and he deserved it, right? You look at his numbers, you look what he's done. And kudos to the Chiefs for paying this dude, because they face a lot of backlash from some shitheads out there who didn't like what he said. Who cares? He can have his own opinion. You don't have to like it. The dude is great at his job. He 3 Super Bowls, made a bunch of kicks in those Super Bowls. Teammates love him. Good for him, and good for the Chiefs for taking care of him.
I think he's #1 jersey seller.
I saw that. Yeah, Morgan Wallen had it on the other night when he came out of his walk.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Hey, fucking controversy sells. Fuck them. That's how I look at it.
You got that right. But this dude, he's not controversial at all. He said what he said.
I know.
The one thing I like about it, he didn't backtrack, man. He said what he said. He stood by it. And these days, that's hard to do, because the certain people really come after you for things you say. So I was proud of him to see him stand up, and then the Chiefs rewarded him.
Speaking of another guy that stands up, and I'll let Smitty ask the last one, but Taylor Heineke. He was seen with
that picture, yeah. Hell yeah.
That man right here. Like what do you like in this era and landscape of cancel culture and pussification of America? It takes some nuts for a current player to kind of say fuck it, huh? Like no?
It does. No, you're exactly right, because you don't know. You just don't know how people are going to react. And I think it's a lot different now than it was a couple of years ago with President Trump. People are starting, the tide's turning, I believe. I didn't know Taylor was that tall. Trump.
Yeah, I know.
Taylor's 6'3". JD Vance is tall too. Shit. I didn't. I just, who cares? I think good for him. Plus it's a president of the United States. If you get a chance to take it, I probably wouldn't take the opportunity with certain people, but with President Trump and these guys, they all think he's a badass. So why not take a picture with him? And put it out there. I think it's great. He'll face some backlash from Falcons fans, or is that where he's at? Is he still in Falcons?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Who cares, man? Let people be people. I guarantee you, if it was Obama in that picture, people wouldn't care.
And in the locker room, for the most part, at least from my experiences, I didn't play in the NFL, but in college, like you got so many different people with different beliefs and backgrounds, and right, left. But at the end of the day, we didn't really give a fuck. We brothers. Like, is what it is.
And back when we were played, no one gave a shit if you were a Republican or a Democrat or left, right. There was no difference. No one gave a shit. No one knew until 2020. Then it became a big deal, and then they made us choose. Some of us chose, and they didn't like our decisions. But back when I played, it didn't matter where you were.
And Brian, we used to drink together and chill still.
Yeah, none of that mattered. Yeah, now it's a divider thing. I'll tell you one thing. It's a great thing for me is my circle got so tight after all this bullshit went down.
Right.
Man, the people on the fringe were not in the fringe anymore. They were gone. So it's nice that lost some contacts in my phone. Nothing wrong with that, though. They got real tight circles.
Hey, I'm the same way, man. What do you got going, man? You're free this week. How's your son doing?
Good, man. Oh, man, he's doing good. He said he woke up a little bit sore this morning. They're like, I think their first full week of training camp for college, but he loves it, man. He's a process guy. He loves He studies. He's in his book every night studying. But he was there for the spring semester, which helps. But he loves it, man. He loves his coaches. He loves his teammates. Just having good. He said he likes training camp. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why you like training? He goes, it's only football, Dad. He goes, I get to go home. I study every night. There's no distractions. I'm in my hotel room. My roommate's over there. He's doing the same thing. I was like, it makes a lot of sense, bro. I wish I had your mentality when I was a freshman in college. Maybe I'd have played more. But he loves it, man. He's doing well. I'm playing golf today. It's 1:10. You were just here, JB.
Yeah.
I'm playing golf. It's 1:10 today. I'm gonna play some golf. Play tomorrow. I love it, man. I lose 9 pounds without doing shit, but just playing golf.
Where are you playing at?
I'm playing at Papago today. Never played there. So I guess it's the ASU course. Never played there. Someone said it's in really good shape. So.
Pat was talking about shoes. Like, tell his ass come down to Silverleaf. I think him and Salisbury are playing today because Pat leaves Monday. I know for you it's far.
I know Silverleaf's in probably great shape year round too, but I just it's just far. It's like an hour for me, man. I really go somewhere close around here.
Yeah, that's
it's easier.
Yeah. You riding bikes still every day?
Dude, I'm about to ride the Peloton when I get out with you guys. I haven't been outside on my bike in a long time. I started riding the Peloton. I got lazy because it's to ride the Peloton. I can lift, jump on the Peloton, do it in an hour and a half, and not have to put my gear on, go on the bike, fill my water up. And this time it's hot as shit. So just do the Peloton, man. Let's do the same thing out of it.
Hey, Pat does the same thing every morning. That's his routine right now. He's like, fuck the bike.
It's addicting. It's the damn Peloton, man, because you can see your name on the leaderboard rising. For me, it's like, oh shit, I'm gonna get this guy. I'm gonna try and get that guy before my next 4 minutes is up. So it's fun. It's challenging.
I gotta get one.
It's addicting, bro.
You need one, JB.
Motherfucker, I'm about 20 pounds. Look at that shit.
How much weight is yours?
Nah, he has lost a lot of weight though. Clap it for JB.
Insta-face videos with his shirt.
Hey, I used to have the fucking neck. I used to have the gobbler.
You look good, man.
Hey, we gotta hook up soon, man. I'll come back out there when Pat gets back from Chicago. And
they're in Chicago.
They go to Dallas. They got Chicago, Dallas. So they got everything else is U.S. and they end in Saudi.
Good.
They end in Saudi on the last.
Nice.
Yeah. So
very nice.
It is what it is. But we'll hook up soon when I get out there.
Good talking to y'all. Smitty, take care, brother.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
All right, I appreciate you.
See ya. No problem, man.
Later. Shout out, Brian Urlacher.
Clap it up. Hall of Fame, legend. Love having the all-timers come on the show.
I didn't like your clap. Do it again. I didn't like your clap. Do it again. Like you got echo chamber.
Well, that's why I would say Bailey caught me right there. I was trying to clap to lead to the clap. So why you steady commenting on my shit? Why you following me? You sound like a bitch, homie. Coach Jason Brown. They really quoting you online. Like, wow, you a different dude.
This is that big quoting thing, like on Twitter. Why are they?
I be seeing it. They always quoting you.
Quoting me every day now.
Because you give them quotes.
I haven't even said nothing.
You giving them quotes. And for the brothers in the chat, is crazy. These dudes talking about Big Smitty tucked his tail. He didn't defend the blacks just now when Urlacher. I said, hold on, listen, bro.
Hold on, no. So first of all, I don't know.
My thing is, I said, hold on. I said, what are you talking about? I said, defend what? Urlacher didn't say nothing bad about anybody. Literally. He didn't say anything about anybody. He didn't say nothing bad about nobody. He said who he was voting for. He said we should be able to believe in what we believe in. Back in the days, we could believe in different things and we could hang it. Like, what did he say? I'm like missing something. Did I miss something? Did he say something, JB? Did I miss it?
No, let me translate. You're supposed to be pro-black, pro-liberal. You're supposed to be Kamala Harris only. You're supposed to bring it up. You should have told him that you're voting for the left, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's what you should have did. You should have started a fight. Like Urlacher just said, he found out his circle is real small now, like I did years ago. You should have started a fight with him because you're not defending the brothers.
I'm supposed to start a fight with our special guest who only comes on when he really can. Hall of Famer who we're basically interviewing. I'm supposed to start a fight with him to make the chat happy.
That's the ones that don't even help pay or anything for us. But yeah,
the crazy thing is, it's actually coming from some members. Fucking TJ Too Nasty and D Jones. D Jones might have been joking a little bit, maybe, because I know he likes to fuck around.
I told you, homie. That's what I'm telling you.
Look. Yep. Yes. All right, y'all. Next time, Urlacher, call back in. Let me cut you out for no reason. Come back in. These dudes is crazy, bro. How many times I gotta tell y'all? I don't care about who y'all vote for. I swear I don't.
You sure you might want to think about it. Your party.
You said what?
You might want to think about the party they represent.
Who? D. Jones and TJ?
Yeah.
What they represent?
Left.
I don't think I think TJ said he going for Trump.
Look at that. Here's the thing.
You are JB is to be somebody who don't vote though. You go hard. That's so funny. It's so funny to me that like you fucking Trump, fucking vote for Trump. You go left, you're fucking dumb. You a dumbass.
Hey.
You did that.
Hey,
when November come, he ain't gonna fucking be at no polls. He ain't voting for nobody. It's kind of funny when I think about it. It's like, he going so hard for Trump, he ain't gonna vote for him.
Hey, buy this shirt, CoachJBShow.com or CoachJBStore.com. You can get every single color, red, white, blue. Hey, by the way, hey Smitty, have you seen what the left liberals have done today?
I got 2 minutes, so that's your last thing. I gotta go.
Have you seen what they did today?
Yeah, I saw it.
You picked the VP today, who's basically a communist, and this motherfucker is going to be the VP of a nominee, and they just approved driver's licenses for Hamas in Minnesota, homie. Make it make sense. Is that who people really are going to vote for? This is a fucking socialist communist.
Hold on, no, JB, and I don't know nothing about him, so I'm gonna just take your word for it. But don't act like JD Vance is a fucking good ass option at VP either. Come on now, like at least be like fair with it. JD Vance ain't no fucking weirdo.
Fair is what I've been forever. I don't, politicians and priests, the two most crooked motherfuckers on planet Earth. So, yeah, of course they're not a stand-up guy.
No, I'm saying JD Vance is kind of like he weird. Like Trump, whatever. JD Vance is fucking worse than Trump. JD Vance is crazy. Like JD.
But here's the funny part, though. He's a Marine, at least, who's been in the mud, which we're all dismissing, that fact. But when we say weird, we don't want to bring up all the weirdo fucks that this administrative cabinet has hired on the fucking committee that are made up human secretaries.
JD Vance is trying to punish basically households, punish women if you don't have a kid. He's trying to like limit your votes and limit your power that you have you're getting punished for not having a kid. That's what JD Vance said.
Well, guess what? Flip the coin.
That's some weird shit.
But making boys
ain't no right or left. That's just weird. I don't give a fuck who you are. That's weird.
But it's not weird to let your boy cut off his dick and then be okay with that.
Huh?
That's what Kamala and them want, homie. The boys to be able to cut their dicks off. What do you mean? Come on, man. That's not weird, homie.
You be saying stuff, JB.
What do you mean I be saying stuff? That's
and Bailey,
bad.
He said it, Bailey. What you mean? What you mean, Bailey? Do my research. Did he say it or did he not say it, Bailey? Did he not say it or did he say it? I don't know if it was 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Like, you always want to give somebody a pass when you lean. Did it? If Kamala said something, we come at Kamala for 3 years. We've shown the Kamala video of her walking around with the fucking what's his name? The fucking Montel Williams 100 times. That shit was 20 years ago. We show that all the time. But as soon as I bring some shit from 3 years ago, now it's old. Hold on. Be consistent, homie. Be consistent.
Maybe shows the Kamala shit from 20 fucking years ago. I ain't bringing up that. Like, I know shit she got to the top from what she did. No shit. Like,
but I'm saying not just you, babe. The side, the right, they continue to bring up old shit from Kamala. But if I bring something from 3 years ago from something he verbally said out of his mouth as far as what he believes in, now I'm crazy. He said it. So you tell me in 3 years, his mind is completely different now. Oh, you know what? I'm a different.
He literally was a Biden supporter 4 years ago, and now is a Trump supporter. Now is his.
He called Trump. He called Trump Hitler last 4 years ago. Now they're friends now.
So Darnell, you're saying that people couldn't have a shift in perspective?
They can, but I don't believe that. I believe he saw opportunity for fucking power. He wants to be president one day. He knows if I'm the VP of Trump, that's one step closer to me potentially being a president. They don't I don't think they friends for real.
You say that about Vance. You don't say that about Kamala Harris?
Both 100%. 100%. Biden and Kamala was fucking, to JB's point, 4 years ago talking shit about each other. Then they work together. That's all presidents. I'm fair with it. I'm not gonna be on some, but y'all so fucking biased that y'all don't just say that though. Like, I'm saying they both do that.
They all do. That's why I've been telling you. Why don't, again, goes back to why I don't vote. I don't understand why it's so fucking hard to understand. There's 2 people running, Smitty.
Yeah.
Who you going to vote for? That's it. That's period. That's the question you got to ask yourself.
Cool.
That's the only thing I'm saying to the world.
But my only knock,
you have 2 options.
Right, but my only knock, not even a knock, but my knock, whatever, towards you is that fact that you go so hard publicly in favor of one of them. Go vote for them. Like, that's weird to me, JB. That's my only thing. Like, go vote for Trump.
Maybe I'm different. I look at it totally different. I look at an endorsement as a counter to what's currently in office. That's how I look at it. I clearly look at an endorsement as to remove what's current. And that's me. I'm not voting for either because, again, I do not believe in any of these fucks. I've never have. Since I've been a kid, and basically Carter, Reagan,
Bush.
But I was older. But I'm just saying.
Oh, young. Yeah,
even as a youngster, the presidential candidate and the person that holds that seat has been a fucking criminal. Like, let's just be honest. That's what it is. So, and this is the crazy part about it. And I'll leave it. And I know you got to go. Here's it. The voter fraud thing is something that people, conspiracy theorists, call something, okay, it's conspiracy, it's not real, then it is real. They're bringing up facts now. But here's what I do know. Whether all that shit's fake or real, who knows? I do know what's real. That Arizona turned blue. It's been a red state forever. It turned blue. I would give you my house if you drove around Arizona from border to California border to Mexico border to Texas border and show me how it's blue and where it's blue and tell me that it's not a conspiracy that it's blue, because there's no fucking way in God's green earth that Arizona is a blue state. I'm sorry. And
my only, I guess, counter or question to that is, okay, let's say it is the conspiracy. It's not conspiracy, it's real, right? And they rigged the voting. Why didn't do it when he won last time then?
Why?
If they didn't want Trump in, period, why'd he get in the first place? Why not just rig it from the jump and he never gets in?
Because they didn't know who he was. He wasn't a right winger or a left winger. He was an independent for the most part, money man, who actually had to just basically classify as a Republican on the nominee ballot because independent wasn't going to get him in the nominee. So what happened was he chose a side. Nobody knew him because they didn't know him as a politician because he wasn't one. But people knew him for actually going back in time, him actually on the side of who? Defending who? Brothers and sisters, and putting money into who? Sharpton, fucking the Malcolm X Foundation. Look at who donated more money to that shit than anyone. But that's why he got the nominee, because people were like, oh, fuck, this money man's going to come in here and do some things. Guess what he did? He did things that nobody else saw. They couldn't rig the vote fast enough, Smitty. Now they know who he is and what he is. They don't want him back in there. So that's what they're doing.
What you're saying is true, then he going to lose for sure then.
Man, I'm telling you right now, I can see this thing. I can see full-on civil war because of another sort of fraudulent act. And it's getting made right now. You can't tell me that all of a sudden a lady, Kamala Harris, who had 0 votes of confidence 4 years ago, they made her drop out of the race.
Again.
Now, but I'm just saying, I just want to end this point.
It was more options on that side. It was her and Biden. So that's my only counter to that is that.
No, but this is my take, though. They made her drop out. She's still the same person, to your point, 5 minutes ago. 4 years ago didn't change nothing, and she hasn't done anything. You can't sit here and name 3 things she's done in office, but yet we're now saying she's the more popular vote. Like, make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. We already know, to your point again, last week on this show, when you do bring this up, well, at least we've seen Trump. We have seen, by the way, in 2020, from 16 to 20, go look at the groceries, the gas, and the inflation rates, along with the employment and everything else. Look at the difference between now and then. And by the way, we were not in a recession. We did not have the stock market crash at an all-time high as of yesterday. and we didn't have our fucking borders being infiltrated with Hamas is getting driver's license, social security cards, and debit cards by our tax-paying money, and we did not send over fucking billions to Ukraine. So that's the last time I checked where we were compared to where we are and where we're headed. By the way, the world is on fire. London's been falling. Israel and Iran are about to start World War III. We had Russian subs off the coast of Florida. I don't remember any of that, homie. All I do remember is peace. Trump and Putin. We can call Putin a fucking war criminal. Good. Fuck Russia. I'm American. But at the end of the day, those two were boys, and they kept the peace. Because if the two big dogs have peace, guess who else falls in line? Everyone else. Now, we don't know who's our president right now. Kamala Harris, FYI, got kicked out of the fucking White House yesterday. If you haven't looked it up, she got kicked out because of what's happening in Israel and Iran. They booted her out of the White House. And now we're sitting here as a sitting duck, lame duck country, not knowing who's in charge. Guess who sees that, Smitty? Israel, Iran, Russia, China. They're like, oh, fuck, America is fucking vulnerable as shit. Where is Biden at, homie? Where's the president talking about Israel and Iran about to start World War III? Why are you silent to your people? You're asking for a civil war, fellas. I'm just telling you straight out. Biden's silence is louder than anything.
Yeah. And Darnell, let me ask you before we kind of close this. What are you?
Smitty, I know you got to go, dog.
If you got to go do your thing, I'll leave it at that. We go.
Hey, Smitty, we got a good show. We'll finish it off. And tomorrow.
Just call me.
We got to be here, Smitty, all week, though. I got too much shit cracking.
That's cool.
And then we'll figure out our dates on when we go dark and all that shit.
Sounds good. Hey, load the show, babe. If I piss you off, my fault. JB, I piss you off. That's what I do. I wanted to piss you off, JB, so that's cool. Chat, love y'all. Black folks, y'all still with me, cool. If you're not still with me, cool.
If all the black folks turn on you if all the black folks turn on you during this show, are you going to vote Trump?
JB, I'm not saying who I'm voting for.
You about to say no, though. Are you voting this year?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna see y'all later. Y'all have a great show.
Are you voting in 28?
Peace.
Get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown kill the ass around.